Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Countdown to Showdown, the greatest ladies professional wrestling event in all of history with the LPWA. I'm Mick Karsh along with Jim Cornette. Some tremendous ladies wrestling action, an international in scope ladies wrestling promotion. Jimmy, what a great afternoon ahead.
Don't call me Jimmy. We're not that close. But I'll tell you, you are telling the truth. It is, without doubt, the greatest women's wrestling extravaganza of all time. The LPWA Super Ladies Showdown. It's going to happen today in just a few minutes. And you still have time to call your local cable company and order the Super Ladies Showdown. In today's program, you and I, Mick, we're going to be taking a look at a lot of the action that the girls are involved in. We're going to be giving an overview of the matches. You're going to be seeing a lot of different pieces of footage on just exactly why these matches came together and came to be this way on the Super Ladies Showdown today. Like I said, you still got time to call your cable company and order, but this show that we're doing right here, Mick, is going to be an extravaganza unto itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you, contact your cable system. You don't want to miss this. You talk about the greatest lady professional wrestlers in the world, and literally they're coming from all over the world, from the United States, Japan, Canada, Denmark, all the top...
Cambodia,
all over the world.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the matches, Mick.
Fantastic, and again, international in scope. One team for the opening bout, Desiree Peterson out of Denmark, KC Houston from Canada, and right here from the United States, luscious Lisa Starr.
Oh, but I tell you what, Mick, the team that they're facing, all Japanese team, Miki Honda, tremendous competitor we've heard so much about. Mami Kitamura, boy, come to Mami here because she is a tough one. And Kandori rounds out the Japanese team in that opening 6-woman tag challenge. And then the challenge match between Allison Royal and the Magnificent Mimi.
Well, the Magnificent Mimi, a tremendous reputation, but I've got to tell you, Allison Royal, a great exponent of scientific wrestling skills. She's geared up and ready for Mimi.
Let me tell you something, Allison Royal has about as much chance of winning this match as it does of being 90 degrees in Minneapolis in the wintertime. I know Magnificent Mimi is going to take it. Then we have, without doubt, the most exciting tournament that has ever taken place in LPWA history, in the history of women's wrestling. It's for the newly created LPWA Japanese Women's Championship. This tournament is going to be a round-robin tournament featuring 8 girls, 3 from the United States and 5 of the top Japanese girls in professional wrestling. And it's, like I said, it's a round-robin tournament. The winner will have to wrestle 3 times and win 3 times in the same afternoon in order to win that title, the LPWA Japanese title. And you're going to see a lot of tremendous action involved in this as those girls scuffle and go after that championship.
Well, no doubt about it. And as you mentioned, Jim, having to win 3 times in order to capture the championship, a very, very tough road to hoe, but some outstanding competitors, a mixture of veterans and those who have not been in the sport quite as long. Let's take a look at some of those wrestlers involved in that tournament.
The first entrant in the tournament for the LPWA Japanese title, of course, the dynamic Texan, Susan Green. She's big, 6 feet tall. She's a tremendous brawler as well as a wrestler. Let's take a look at Susan Green in action right now.
Trouble right now. She's got that leg tied up.
Boy, I tell you what, Lady X is writhing in pain. Slamming that fist into the back of the head, back of the neck, shoulder blades. Now, Lady X hops out, unable to stand up well, but they're trading toe-to-toe, boy. Whoa, oh, I heard that one smack, Joe.
All right, Lady X goes in with a shoulder into the stomach area there, taking the wind out of Susan Green. A great match so far by Susan Green, and no matter what happens in this match, I think you have to agree Susan Green is proving that she can stand toe-to-toe with Lady X.
I'll tell you what, these two, it's like they're fighting for the world title. Susan Green must think the title's on the line, because I've never seen anybody go all out like this to fight this hard without a title on the line. She has given Lady X everything she can take and then some.
Both of these ladies are outside the ring right now. The referee is counting. One of these ladies better get back up in the ring. The referee is counting.
The old Mo Howard right in the eyes and slams her head into the rail.
All right, the referee is counting the count, and Susan Green now tossed into that railing. The referee counting. Lady X.
Whoa, wait a minute. Lady X knocked her back off the apron.
Now the referee is saying ring the bell.
And another combatant, ladies and gentlemen, from right here in the state of Minnesota, as tough as nails, and what an attitude to go along with her prowess. Dangerous Denise Storm. Let's look at Denise.
Denise Storm, a member, of course, of Jonathan Blue's blues band. And Blue, of course, from what we understand, is out of the country. He's going all across the world on a big talent search.
Well, I tell you, anything I can do to help keep Jonathan Blue away from the LPWA, I'm all for. We gave him a list of about 40 countries where we understood there were some top women's wrestlers. Maybe he'll visit all 40 if we're lucky.
Yeah,
we'll see him back here in about a year.
Yeah, I figured you'd have some kind of sentiment like that, but you're going to change your tune, Pedicino, when Jonathan Blue comes back to the United States with one of the greatest wrestlers that we've ever seen. Wait a minute, Alvarez.
Almost a 3 count, and Dangerous Denise Storm. I don't think, it may just be me, but I don't, well, I was going to say I don't think she's looking quite as dangerous without Jonathan Blue, but...
Well, it may be you, but that may not have anything to do germane to this point. The point is that Dangerous Denise Storm is dangerous by herself, singly, together as a couple, member of a group, duo, whatever.
Look at this arrogance on the part now of Storm. I'm not sure I'd be quite so arrogant this soon, although that was a beautiful snap suplex, as Gordon would say, suplex to the rest of us.
Picks her right up to Denise Storm, a member of the blues band, along with Magnificent Mimi. Jonathan Blue brings back another top lady wrestler to join the blues band. They are going to be, without a doubt, one of the most fearsome combinations in professional wrestling. And right now, Dangerous Denise Storm doing everything she can to put some fear in Alma Alvarez. Picks her up under the arm, a beautiful side slam, drove her down, pointed the spine of the mat. The referee counts 1, 2, and 3. That's it.
3 count. She got it.
And of course, then you have none other than Reggie Bennett. Reggie Bennett's made a lot of noise about how she wants a title in the LPWA. This could be her day. If she has anything to say about it, it will. Let's go to see Reggie Bennett in action right now. After that match we saw a few weeks ago with Mimi and Denise taking on Power and Bennett. I had Power and Bennett on the Slugger last week. Hated every minute of it. And they not only knocked Mimi, but they knocked Denise pretty strong as well. And they said any time that the blues band wants some more of Power and Bennett, come on. But Bennett had this prior commitment. All I got to say is I wouldn't make enemies out of Dangerous Denise Storm and Magnificent Mimi. No way, brother.
Well, you never know what those two are going to be up to. And I understand I got some bad news this week.
What's that?
I understand Jonathan Blue is due back any day in the United States.
As a matter of fact, he'll probably be back in time for next week's program. I've kept in touch with Jonathan. As a matter of fact, I did an interview with him not long ago for the Louisville Slugger on the LPWA Superline. If you're not too busy hearing Bennett and Bambi and Malaya and Power and all those other no accounts, call 1-900-456-LPWA. Listen to the Louisville Slugger. You don't have to listen to all those other girls. You can listen to me. Big power slam. Count of 3.
Yeah, she got it.
She's got the first fall.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, Yukari Osawa, one of the great technicians in Japanese lady wrestling. She's coming to the United States with that one goal in mind, to win the LPWA Japanese tournament. Let's go to the clip right now.
And then, of course, none other than Harley Saito. We have heard all about Miss Saito, her high-flying techniques. This girl flips and flies like you've never seen before, and she's going to have to do just that to win the LPWA Japanese title. Now let's take a look at Harley Saito in action.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, Mizuki Endo. You talk about the work ethic of the Japanese lady wrestlers. She applies it 150% whenever she gets into the ring. Determination straight ahead all the way. Let's go take a look.
Another Japanese girl entering, Eagle Sawai. And believe me, this eagle is going to land because we've heard all about her. The Japanese have a tremendous, tremendous knowledge of technical wrestling, but they're also high flyers. And this Eagle Sawai is one of the highest flyers of all. We caught her in an exclusive workout session. Let's take a look at that right now.
And ladies and gentlemen, rounding out the tournament, Midori Saito. We also have workout footage of Midori. You talk about somebody who's dedicated to this sport with her sights on becoming the greatest lady wrestler in the sport today. Let's go to the clip. And ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out the tournament entrance. The LPWA, I mentioned at the top of this program, far and away the trendsetter, the leader in ladies professional wrestling. This tournament, very, very innovative. You still have time. Contact your local cable company.
Pick up the phone.
Right now, ladies and
America.
gentlemen.
There's phones all over the place.
Well, that was very, very astute. I urge you, as does my friend here, Jimmy Cornette, please, ladies and gentlemen, these are the greatest lady wrestlers in the sport today. Contact that cable company. Get on the horn right now in just a few short minutes. The LPWA coming right into your homes with the greatest ladies wrestling action in the world.
You know, that tournament has got me all fired up, but that's just a portion of the action you're going to see. That's just a small smidgen, just a sampling of the tremendous action that you're going to see involving the greatest lady wrestlers in the world. And I'll tell you something right now, I can hardly wait to get to ringside with my colleague Joe Pedicino, especially and get away from you, Mick Karch, and talk about this tremendous action, and also talk about the remainder of the matches you're going to see on the Super Ladies Showdown, such as a grudge match between Rockin' Robin and Black Venus with her manager Boogaloo Brown. Now, I was there, Mick Karch, when Rockin' Robin and Black Venus met for the very first time. It was a brawl. Chairs, chains, bottles, rocks, bricks, sticks, pots, pans, and tin cans. Anything went. It was all legal. It was all happening. And today's a grudge match. And I know Boogaloo Brown, my managerial colleague, is going to have a few things in store for Rockin' Robin. You know about Rockin' Robin.
I know about Rockin' Robin, a tremendous champion of the World Wrestling Federation. She's not going to be taking this one lightly. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Rockin' Robin.
Hey, I know Black Venus. What a tremendous physique. The best physique on any woman in wrestling. That's Black Venus with her manager Boogaloo Brown. Let's take a look at these action highlights.
As you can see, Royal is in bad shape. Every time the referee tries to give her a chance to get back in the ring, Venus comes over, and now Venus just drags her back in the ring, takes her, throws her against the ropes, comes off.
Whoa!
The forearm right across the throat area, the upper chest. Venus goes down. There's 1, 2, and Allison Royal kicks out.
Stopped her dead in her tracks with that clothesline. Allison Royal, I think discretion is the better part of valor, but in this case, lay down is the better part of staying healthy. If she had just not bothered to kick, she'd have been a lot better off.
Well, she's taking a lot more of a beating. You know, this is unusual for us to see Allison Royal getting handled this easily, but I'm going to tell you, I have never seen Black Venus like this before.
Wow, she had got her fingers in the eyes, spreading the lips out, stuck a finger up the nostril. I think this is getting gross. We better put a parental discretion advised on this match.
Well, now she's just tossing Allison Royal around.
Right now, Rockin' Robin opening up against Leilani Kai. Takes her over with a big arm drag. Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, the Glamour Girls, are going to make a point of showing Rockin' Robin and Wendy Richter that just because they happen to be the two biggest single stars in the history of women's wrestling,
well,
that doesn't make them a tag team, brother.
Well, let me tell you something. You've got Wendy Richter and Rockin' Robin, both former WWF Ladies Champions. You've got the Glamour Girls, former WWF Ladies Tag Team Champions, and of course currently the World Tag Team Champions, as recognized by the LPWA. I agree. She's done well. There's a reversal. Alani goes in, comes up. We've got a monkey flip coming. Oh, wow. She goes all the way into the other turnbuckle.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, on this tremendous extravaganza, a tag team battle for the LPWA Tag Team Championship. Malaya Hosaka and Bambi teaming up against the Glamour Girls.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, you know, you just mentioned the word tag team. It sends chills and shivers up and down my spine because I'm a tag team specialist, always have been. And I know a couple of good tag teams when I see them. The Glamour Girls are without a doubt the greatest women's tag team in the history of ladies professional wrestling. They have been everywhere. They've done it all. They've been the WWF Tag Team Champions. They have been tag team champions in Japan and New Zealand, across the globe. I tell you what, only on the LPWA Super Ladies Showdown could you see a match of this magnitude. Call your local cable company. Get on the telephone. Put a dime in it. Call somebody. Tell them you want to order the LPWA Super Ladies Showdown. Boys and girls, I cannot tell you, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the entertainment value that you are getting today is second to none, is on a par with the very finest in sports entertainment, and something that I think that you should take advantage of, make available to yourself. You owe it to yourself. You should be ashamed if you miss it. Now let's talk about this tag team title match. Bambi, that sweet little Georgia girl, right?
Bambi.
What a tremendous competitor. And Malaya Hosaka, her regular tag team partner, known to all the millions of LPWA fans. But what about the Glamour Girls? Talk about my favorite team.
Well, I know they're your favorite team, but I want to talk about with the Glamour Girls is that character that accompanies them to ringside, Queen Love, which I understand is another very close friend of yours.
He's a close personal friend. The Queen, Christopher Love, has been behind me all the way in my march to make the LPWA a better place. Let's take a look at some action footage right now of Bambi and Malaya Hosaka.
Oh, look at that. What a great... Whoa! But Malaya said, all right, if you want it, here it comes.
I'll tell you what, these girls together, they got more moves than a daggum passel of cats in a burlap sack.
There,
whoa!
That spin kick right to the throat and the face of Mimi. And Malaya Hosaka has got Mimi reeling now. Takes her, throws her into the corner, comes in. There is that moonsault with the elbow.
If I had to see her grin one more time, I believe I'd throw up.
Well, let me tell you, if she keeps this up, you're going to see her grinning big coming up.
Holy mackerel, look at this!
Beautiful move on the part of Bambi. She has got Lady X rocking it, really. She's going for it again. This time, Lady X goes, and she held the ropes as she went. Bambi fell back on her head. Bambi able to kick out.
A beautiful standing monkey flip from Bambi, who tried another one in the corner, and Lady X, like you said, was able to hold on to the ropes enough to cause Bambi to go back on her head, but now jackknife from Bambi.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Glamour Girls, the tag team champions, as Jim Cornette alluded to earlier on, one of the toughest tag teams in the history of this sport. Let's take a look at the Glamour Girls.
Being handled by the Queen and his court.
That's right, he's liable to get germs all over himself. Talk to me that way, Jim. It would be disgusting for you to handle those belts after they've been around it. Look at Misty Blue. Misty Blue.
Here comes this move that they've used so many times. Oh, they drop her right down across the knee of Melanie Kai. Folks, that's usually it.
That's it.
She kicks out.
Hey,
Heidi Label gets kicked out.
you want the Queen to touch belts that Misty Blue has worn? She's been in more laps than a napkin. Things got to be fumigated before the Queen.
And ladies and gentlemen, the final match on the program today, the final match of the Showdown will be the Showdown for the LPWA World Women's title. The champion, Lady X, putting the title on the line against the #1 challenger, the Tower of Power, Terry Power. Now, Power has said many times she wants a title match. She wants to prove that she is the best in the LPWA. She has never before had the opportunity to face Lady X in a title match situation. She has that today, and Mick, I know she is going to have to make the most of it, and that's what makes this Showdown such a tremendous event, possibly the most important match ever to take place in the LPWA. Lady X, Terry Power, your thoughts, if you will.
The very, very mysterious Lady X putting that championship on the line. Terry Power, one of the most magnificent physical specimens in the entire world of professional wrestling. Terry is gunning for Lady X. Let's take a look right now at Terry Power in action.
Don't want you crying on me over here. Power's thrown into the corner. Uh-oh. Whoa! This is gonna hurt.
Oh, it sure did, but the wrong person.
Terry Power moved out of the way, and a super clothesline takes Diane Van Hoffman down.
Boy, if she'd have connected with that truckload of beef, that would have been it. And she's going in, she's got her.
A body slam on this huge woman by Terry Power. And now, what? Surely she's not going to try and suplex her.
Oh, this will strain her milk right off the bat.
Oh, gee,
Louisville Slugger for anything in the world.
I hear you.
I really mean it.
Yeah.
Whoa! Took her out of her boots, clothesline right across the face, Joe. Unbelievable.
Denise Storm, I think, is hurt. That clothesline right to the face of Denise Storm, right to the mouth. And Denise Storm, I think, is going to regret attacking Terry Power from behind for a long, long time. Thomas goes for the eyes, though, and that'll slow you down no matter how strong you are. But now, speaking of strength, look at this. Terry Power has just picked her up and set Rusty Thomas up on that top turnbuckle, gives her a big whack on the side of the head, and now where's she going? Is she going to suplex her off that top rope?
Good night!
Look at that!
That's got to be...
Say good night, the party is over!
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Power's looking good, but we owe it to ourselves to take a look at Lady X in action, just like you owe it to yourselves to get on the telephone. Just scant minutes from now, the show will start. You don't want to be left out in the cold, because this is the greatest women's pay-per-view wrestling event of all time. If you miss it, you should be ashamed of yourself. And now, before I go to ringside and Joe Pedicino, let's take one last final look at the action, and that being the world champion, Lady X, putting the title on the line against Terry Power today in the main event. Let's look at Lady X in action.
All right, fans, we are back for the third fall. This is the one that will decide it all. It has come down to one fall as Lady X takes on superstar Susan Sexton, and she has gone right after her.
Referee out of position there. But now she gives up a boomerang, a slow boomerang. She held on, look, and rolled up into a Boston Crab. I've never seen that before.
Down now to one fall. She has got to be careful at this point. One slip up, and she could lose that title, something she has held now for over a year. She has been one of the greatest champions in ladies wrestling history, and she could lose it if something goes wrong here. But right now, she's got Lady X now. Let's remind you, Lady X could lose also her opportunity, and I don't know how Ashley Kennedy would take that. To do whatever she had to do to get a title match for Lady X after only 2 weeks as her owner. And oh, here.
Wait a minute,
beautiful
Sexton.
move. Look at this. Wrapped up tight. But Lady X
Brother.
roll out. Susan Sexton, she carried it just a hair too far. She had her over just a little bit too much, and Lady X was able to use the leverage to come out.
Sexton has put every kind of thing in the world. Lady X is just in betwixt and between a rock and a hard place. Sexton has had her in every kind of pinning combination. But finally, Lady X able to come out and mount some kind of offensive. And now Lady X once again with things going her way. It's 1-1. The winner of this fall will be the LPWA champion.
And Ashley Kennedy's holding her feet down. Ashley Kennedy held her feet down.
Was that it?
No, the referee
That was a 3 count. She got it.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have a look, a complete rundown of the tremendous ladies wrestling action that's coming up in just a few moments on your local cable system. I urge you, pick up the phone and call. Ladies professional wrestling has never looked better than it does in the LPWA. International in scope, you have championship matches, tournaments abound. Every great ladies professional wrestler in the sport today is a part of this event. Once again, here is your opportunity, just a few moments away. Contact your local cable system, get on the horn right now and tell them you want the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association. It is coming to you on pay-per-view. This is history in the making. As Jim Cornette said a little bit earlier on, there is no doubt about it. This is history. The Ladies Professional Wrestling Association coming right into your homes with outstanding wrestling action, grudge matches, tag team matches, you name it. If you are a fan of the lady wrestlers or professional wrestling in general, you owe it to yourself. Get on the horn right now. Jim Cornette has headed to ringside to join Joe Pedicino for the call of the action. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Countdown to Showdown. Now let's do it to it. We're going to head to the ring. The great action with the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association, the Super Ladies Showdown. Stay with us, everybody. The greatest ladies wrestling event in history coming up.
Welcome live to the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota. I'm Joe Pedicino, and already, Jim Cornette, you've got this crowd in a frenzy for the Super Ladies Showdown. We are going to have the greatest event in the history of ladies professional wrestling right here today.
That's right. 3 titles are going to be decided. The LPWA World Singles title, the LPWA World Tag title, and also a tournament on today's program, a round-robin tournament. 3 Americans, 5 Japanese for the LPWA Japanese Championship. 1 lucky winner is going to have to wrestle and win 3 times today.
All right, that's coming up. And, of course, our big main event, Terry Powers finally gets her opportunity against Lady X, and she says that that Ladies World title is going home with her today.
No chance, brother, because I know Lady X, and she's ready for this like she's never been before. She's going to retain the championship.
We've also got the tag team titles on the line, Bambi and Malaya Hosaka against the Glamour Girls. We've also got that big tournament you're talking about, plus a couple of special grudge matches. Where did you get the coat, Jim?
Hey, I got this from my good friend Doug Cooper. He's got a whole closet full of these things. Hey, shut up! What's the matter with you? They wouldn't know fashion if it jumped up and slapped them.
All right, right now it's time to go to Mick Karsh. He is standing by. He's got some information for us, and we'll be back in just a second. What a great event we're going to have. But right now, let's go to Mick Karsh.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We are in the tunnel, and I've got to tell you, the intensity is at a fever pitch. These ladies are geared up. They recognize the importance of this event this afternoon. It promises to be absolutely tremendous. We'll be getting comments from the ladies as they make their way to the ring. Let's go back to Joe Pedicino and Jim Cornette.
All right, Mick Karsh will be standing by there in the tunnel where he will be interviewing some of the participants of today's card as they are just about to come out to the ring. We will be getting their thoughts just as they're coming to the ring. Bonnie Blackstone is standing by. She is in the hospitality suite where she will be giving us...
I can imagine how hospitable she's being back there in the hospitality suite knowing Bonnie.
All right, she is going to be interviewing up close and personal some of the wrestlers on today's card. Bonnie?
Joe and Jim, I hope all of our viewers are enjoying this great Super Ladies Showdown. As you can see, I'm here in the hospitality suite, and this is a very special area just outside of the arena. We have this set up here to get some of the up-close and personal feelings about some of our Super Ladies here with the LPWA and their matchups on this great pay-per-view exclusive. I'll be talking to such stars as Olympic trainer Brad Rangans, Terry Power, Reggie Bennett, and Denise Storm. All that and a whole lot more. Let's return now, though, to Joe Pedicino and Jim Cornette.
Thank you very much, Bonnie. And standing by right here, almost at ringside, a very special situation. We've got Nick Bockwinkel and Sue Henning. They will have special analysis of today's event.
As a matter of fact, I wish Nick Bockwinkel was standing here, because if it's one guy that I've got respect for, it's the former heavyweight champion of the world, Nick Bockwinkel. Maybe you could go up there, we'll trade.
All right, let's go to Nick right now.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead. We're looking at Royal and Star in this match, in this first match against Honda and Kitamori. And one of the things that we're seeing, we were discussing it just before, and Sue asked me what I thought about the experience and the weight. There's a little bit of a weight difference, but I don't think it's significant enough. One of the things I do notice, combined, there's 6 years of experience with the American girls. There's 9 years of experience with the Japanese girls. And that is a tremendous difference. And to a certain extent, I think that is what's going to give the Japanese girls the edge.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens now. Let's go over to Joe and Jim.
All right, thank you very much. And as we said, we've got a lot going on today, and that was some comments on our first match that's coming up. But before...
This is the moment that I've been waiting for. I always love to hear from Commissioner Wally Carbo, and, brother, we're fixing to right now.
Let's go to Wally Carbo with some comments.
This is going to be great.
You are about to see the greatest lady wrestlers in action. Never in the history of wrestling such an array of great lady wrestlers from all over the world will be competing. The greatest in the United States and Japan. The Japanese lady wrestlers will be competing for 3 different titles. The best of the greatest lady wrestlers will be in action.
All right, we are back at ringside. We are live. Al DeRusha also has some comments that he is going to be making, and I understand...
Wait a minute. I've seen Al DeRusha. Isn't he the guy that looks like he's wearing a coonskin cap on the top of his head? He looks like another old friend of both of ours.
Well, we're going to take a listen right now. I understand that Al DeRusha has some comments to make, and we've also got a parade of wrestlers coming up.
Wait a minute, is that kind of like the Macy's or the Gimbels parade on Thanksgiving? Hey, I bet you're one of the floats, aren't you, Joe? Come on, admit it.
Let's just go to Al DeRusha.
He's going to the float.
We want to welcome everyone to this worldwide pay-per-view event here on the LPWA, the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association, for today's Super Ladies Showdown. A fantastic afternoon of top professional wrestling action. The LPWA brings together the top lady wrestlers from throughout the world. Stay with us. It's going to be just fantastic.
All right, that's our ring announcer, Al DeRusha, and from what I understand, they are getting ready for the parade of wrestlers.
You know something about Al DeRusha? When he was in school, they didn't have history. Do you know how old he is? His social security number is 1. Al DeRusha, our ring announcer.
All right. What? I am being told.
You know, this guy's getting on me here.
All right, I am being told to introduce the parade. I understand the parade is ready, so let's go to the parade of wrestlers on today's program.
Ladies and gentlemen, you probably will never again in your life see so many beautiful professional lady wrestlers from throughout the world gathered at any one time. What do you think so far? Fantastic. Just great. And before we get underway, we would ask that if you would please stand and sing along with our national anthem. Thank you.
Well, let me tell you, I'll tell you something right now. I agree with Al DeRusha. That is one of the most awesome sights. All of these lady wrestlers, they're all prepared for today. They are ready to come out here and provide the finest in ladies professional wrestling in history.
Yeah, but I tell you something right now. Take a look at the expensive fur coats on the Glamour girls. I've seen some of these people in the crowd here in Rochester. If I was them, I wouldn't turn my back on those coats. They may be gone. Look at some of these perpetual thieves around here.
Well, I tell you what, I think you had better be very careful. I mean, you've got your expensive tennis racket here.
And I'm not going to let it leave my side.
All right, Nick Bockwinkel, Sue Henning are standing by. They will be, during the day, as we said, we will be taking some special looks at some of the matches coming up, and it's time now to get ready for our first match. So let's go to Nick Bockwinkel and Sue Henning and take a look at what Nick thinks is going to happen.
Nick, our first match here, we've got Royal and Star taking on Honda and Kitamura. Now, Royal and Star have about a little bit more of a weight advantage. What do you think about that?
Well, the weight advantage, as far as I'm concerned, is not big enough to really make a difference. What I'm looking at is, again, there's 9 years of experience on the Japanese team. There's 6 years of experience on the American team. And with young athletes, that 3 years is a big bunch. So right now, I have to give my nod to the Japanese team.
Okay.
Might have to eat my words, but let's go back to Jim and Joe.
And let's see how it turns out.
All right, we are ready to go to the ring now. As a matter of fact, Al DeRusha entering the ring. As
he better watch out. I'm afraid his pacemaker's going to have garage doors doing flip-flops in it.
Well, as Al... All right, as Al is ready, it's time now for the entrances of our first match of the day.
This afternoon will feature LPWA tag team action. 2 of our bevy of beauties, if you will, entering the ring at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Valdosta, Georgia, weighing in at 135 pounds, she is Allison Royal. And her tag team partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 160 pounds, she is Lisa Starr. Wrestling fans from Tokyo, Japan, I would like to introduce Miki Honda and her tag team partner, Mami Kitamori. LPWA tag team action, and now down to ringside.
All right, this should be quite an exciting match, Jim Cornette. We have got, of course, the team of Royal and Star, and they have teamed up several times in the LPWA, and I understand they've been working out together. However, let's be honest, this team of Kitamori and Honda from Japan are a very experienced team.
Well, I tell you something, Joe, you got to admire the fact that Allison Royal seems to have been working out quite a bit. She is looking more voluptuous than we have seen her in the past, but Lisa Starr, always a favorite of mine, and she is taking it to Miki Honda right now.
All right, Honda is down, and you know, this has to be quite an experience for these Japanese ladies as they have come here to the United States, and what do they run into their first time? A huge ice and snowstorm here in the Midwest. And Jim, I have seen more snow and ice out on the ground in the past 2 days than I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I don't like snow because I'm a Southern boy, and I didn't appreciate having to come up here to the Arctic wilderness, but at least these girls are heating things up in the ring right now, and Lisa Starr, luscious Lisa herself, has Miki Honda. Wait a minute, misses that clothesline. Crossbody, Joe.
She comes off with a flying crossbody, and there's a clothesline, and now Miki Honda going up on the second rope. Where's she going? She's out. Kick right off that second rope.
Big drop kick, and Lisa Starr, discretion, the better part of valor, tags out to Allison Royal, and Allison Royal throwing him to the breadbasket, trying to get the advantage back to the American team.
There's a clothesline. Honda down, the referee down 1. We only get a 1 count as Kitamori came in. All right, Honda now taking over on Allison Royal. Those big forearms to the back, and then she just smashed her head right down into the ring. There's a double drop kick.
Shades of the Rock and Roll Express. Brother, a big double double drop kick from the Japanese team. And now Miki Honda with a big vertical suplex. Allison Royal has got to be confounded at trying to combat the Japanese style, which is very unorthodox compared to the American way of wrestling.
Well, and
there's Mommy, come to Mommy, and boy, she came to Allison.
There's some of that teamwork we were talking about, too. As you saw, they are working together as a well-oiled team. And now, Kitamori has got Allison Royal, throws her into the ropes. Where's she going to go? Comes off.
Sunset flip, she's got her down.
Only a 1 count. Only a 1 count. Allison Royal, a good move, though, as she flips over Kitamori. And Kitamori now hurting.
Well, Allison Royal, she's got some spunk and some fight in her today. The Japanese girl tried to switch, couldn't hang on. Allison Royal grabbing the shoulder in the bread basket.
Gonna have a monkey flip. And there you have it. Kitamori now with a... Got to have a backache after that one. Now she goes back into the corner. Here they go again. This time she does reverse it. Throws her in. Comes in. Drop kicks her right into the corner. Shades of the Lightning Kid. Now we know where that move came from.
I tell you what, Allison Royal had nowhere to go, just like a trash compactor. That's a Western move there. Maybe she's from Dallas, Japan.
Well,
Mommy Kitamori now signals her partner, Miki Honda, off the top rope. Kicks her own partner.
Royal moved out of the way. Honda kicked Kitamori with that double drop kick. And now Lisa Starr is in the ring, and now we're seeing some teamwork from the team of Royal and Starr.
Big double suplex. Here comes Miki Honda back with a drop kick on Lisa Starr. Allison Royal going to the top rope. But wait a minute. She's gotten caught up there. She has got that a power slam off the ropes.
Off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. She's got her. And the first match goes to the Japanese team of Kitamori and Honda. What a match that was. There are your winners.
What a tremendous display of technical wrestling. You got to hand it to them. The Japanese team, Honda and Kitamura, over Starr and Royal.
Well, I tell you something right off the bat. We see that the Japanese ladies are here. Woo. They mean business.
They sure do.
Here today on the Super Ladies Showdown. And if you're going to have to keep a scorecard of the United States versus Japan, the first mark goes to the team from Japan.
But I think the LPWA Japanese tournament could change things just a little bit because Dangerous Denise Storm is in that one, and I'm looking forward to that coming up a little bit later on.
Let's go right now to Mick Karsh. He is standing by in the tunnel.
That's easy for you to say.
In the opening round to determine a Japanese ladies champion, Denise Storm, you have a very tough opponent in Susan Green.
Susan Green is from the archives of wrestling. She's big, but she's going down. She's not tough. I'm the one here to beat.
Ladies and gentlemen, very confident indeed, Denise Storm.
Nick, does experience pay off? Denise Storm 3 years, Sue Green 3, or 22,
well,
pardon
22.
me.
So actually, Sue Green admits to 238 pounds. There's a tremendous weight advantage, a tremendous experience advantage, but for some reason or other, I got a strange feeling. I got a feeling that I want to go with the rookie this time.
Let's go with it.
All right, let's go down to Jim and Joe.
All right, it is time now for our second match of the great Super Ladies Showdown. This one will be featuring Dangerous Denise Storm. As we see her coming through the curtains now, let's go to Al DeRusha for the introduction.
LPWA wrestling action. Introducing first in the corner to my right, weighing in at 163 pounds from Minneapolis, Minnesota, she is Denise Storm.
Dangerous Denise Storm being introduced.
Her opponent hails from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 210 pounds. She is Susan Green. Referee for this bout, is Bruce Kreitzman.
Wait a
Down
minute,
the
wait.
ringside for all the action.
Look at this. Dangerous Denise Storm has started out wild. There are 2 big ones and 2 bad ones in the ring today, Joe.
Yeah, she's trying to sneak attack Susan Green. Green's not going to put up with that. Now, Green doesn't even have her jacket off yet, and we're already into this match, Jim.
Brother, I'll tell you what, this is the opening round of the LPWA Japanese Championship Tournament. One of the first round matches, and it's started off with a bang, brother. They are going nuts. Dangerous Denise Storm, my favorite in the tournament. I think she's going to take it. But Susan Green, the big cowgirl from Texas, she is going to do everything in her power to make this a Donnybrook and to go on and advance to the second round.
All right, they're outside the ring right now. The referee is tolling the count.
Whoa.
But Denise Storm was just running at first.
No.
And now Susan Green runs into that steel metal pole shoulder first, and now it's which one got hurt the worst. It looks like most of the damage went to Susan Green on this, and now Denise Storm just throws her in again.
Brother, I'll tell you what, Dangerous Denise started it out. Susan Green retaliated, but now Denise has gained the advantage when Susan Green went shoulder first into that ring post. And right now, finally back in the ring. That referee, he's not only a customer of the Hair Club for Men, but he's also the president.
So Susan Green is in some trouble right now. Denise Storm attacked from behind to start the match. Green had quite a nice comeback outside the ring, but she took 2 times she went into that ring post. But it looks like now she's trying to come back once more.
Whoa!
That's 3 times she's been able to nail Denise Storm before Denise could get anything in.
That last boot may have caught her a little low. Don't know whether it matters. But Susan Green, so far, has been able to hold her own despite having been run into that ring post.
Denise, now what was she doing to her boot just now, Jim?
John, she must have been tying her boot. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe her boot came untied. That's the only thing I can imagine.
So she just took a time out there in the middle of the ring to tie it back, right?
Well, it's very dangerous. Didn't your mother ever tell you to keep your shoes tied? You could trip and break your neck. Right now, referee Bruce Kreitzman checking to see whether or not Susan Green wants to submit.
Hey, come on, break it up. 1, 2, 3.
A blatant chokehold. The referee trying to count Denise Storm off, but every time she lets go, she goes right back to it. Now she's pulling Storm up. Feels Storm, brings her over, and you notice that she's got her by the hair as she's doing it. That's twice. Now she's going after the arm of Susan Green.
Come on, Green, what do you say? Watch your arm. Come here in the bell.
Oh, you can hear them screaming, Joe. They're giving it everything they've got. First round match. Whoever wins this match has to go on, and if they want to win the tournament,
What do you say?
has to wrestle and win twice more today.
You mentioned earlier that right here on the Super Ladies Showdown, whoever wins this Japanese title of the LPWA is going to have to win 3 matches today. I mean, think about that. 3 times in one day they're going to have to be victorious to walk away with that title.
That's exactly right. And see, you see Dangerous Denise once again trying to tie her boots because she seems to be having a little problem with her equipment. But she's got Susan Green locked up.
Come on, Susan, what do you say? You give it up.
Susan in the armbar, Dangerous Denise.
All right, Denise.
I love that angle.
Yeah, she's pulling her up by the hair. Throws Green in and comes off with a huge clothesline that took Susan Green to the mat. And now Denise Storm trying for a cover. She doesn't get it. Susan Green is not ready. And look at there. You're right. I do believe her bootlaces are untied.
Sure are. And brother, now she's going up the top rope. She's going to the top. This is her big move. Her gut shot. Susan Green caught her in the gut.
Well, I think Denise Storm thought that Susan Green was hurt more than she was and went for that big move off the top rope. Susan Green, though,
she's throwing her right out of the ring, right out on the floor.
now, there she goes. Now we see that she is tying that bootlace.
The referee telling Susan Green she's going to have to back up and let Denise get back in the ring.
Wait a minute. She's doing more than tying a bootlace.
What? What could she be doing? I have no idea.
Susan Green tying up with a referee. In the meantime, Denise Storm getting some rest on the outside, but now Green goes after Storm.
Susan Green bringing Denise Storm back in the ring the hard way. Has her backed up in the ropes. Sends her off across the ring. And a big backdrop.
Denise Storm down. You know, a lot of controversy in the wrestling world over who is Rush Limbaugh's favorite woman wrestler. Is it Denise Storm or Terry Power? And that's something maybe we ought to try to ask Rush. I know he's a big LPWA fan, and we ought to try and find out, because a lot of people say Denise Storm is his favorite wrestler.
Well, you know, Rush Limbaugh has the EIB network. Well, I'm starting my EIW, Excellence in Wrestling Network.
Right
Joe,
here.
don't expect to be a part of it.
Right here in the LPWA is a tremendous place if you're going to show excellence. Look at this.
She's pulling her hair out by the roots.
The referee just yanked Susan Green back. And now Susan Green and the referee are getting into it. In the meantime, wait a minute. I knew she was doing more than just tying up her boot. She's got a chain.
Bingo! Holy
She had a chain and now just throws it away.
Referee didn't see it. 2, 3.
I knew she was up to more than just tying her boot. Like she had a chain in that boot. The winner of the match.
Dangerous Denise Storm has won the first round. Susan Green prone on the mat. She is not colder than a fish. She looks like a Mrs. Paul's filet.
I knew all of those times she was going down to that boot, I knew that she was trying to do more than just lace up those bootstraps. She had a chain in her boot, and she just used it to lay out Susan Green. And let me tell you something. The referee needs to keep a closer eye on Denise Storm in the rest of this tournament.
Well, let me just tell you now, Joe, what actually happened. What actually happened, Dangerous Denise Storm had a bracelet around her wrist, something like this gold watch, that she forgot to take off before she entered the ring. She was trying to keep Susan Green from stealing that bracelet, so she was holding on to it. She hit her with the other hand, did not use a foreign object. The winner of the match is Dangerous Denise Storm. Let's go to our next bit of business here
Bonnie
today.
Blackstone is standing by, and she is in the hospitality suite with an up-close and personal look at one of our wrestlers.
What a great matchup we just witnessed here on this pay-per-view Super Ladies exclusive. Bonnie Blackstone and Reggie Bennett, just one of the many Super Ladies involved in this great Super Ladies showdown here. I'm in the hospitality suite, and this is where we have an opportunity to talk up close and maybe personal about some of the bouts we just have taken a look at here. We saw Denise Storm as she defeated Susan Green in that one. You're about to step out into the auditorium. You're going to be taking on Yakuri Osawa. If you win this one, Reggie, you'll be taking on Denise Storm for the LPWA Japan crown.
Well, I'm really excited about being here. I've been in Japan for the last 7 months.
Yeah.
I've had matches before with Yukuri Osawa. I've won those, but she's very good. She's a very, very tough opponent, and it's nice to be fighting her on my home ground.
Yes, you do have a lot of fan support here. But let's talk about some of the things that you learned during your 7-month journey there. Have you gone back and maybe studied some of the videotapes and analyzed your mistakes, your weaknesses, and some of your good high spots?
Well, over there you have to wrestle, 5 days out of the week, and you're on the road a lot. So I've had a lot of experience in the ring with these girls. They wrestle fast and furious, and they're incredible. So yeah, I've learned a lot, and it's going to help, I hope.
You were talking about the advantages of being on maybe a home turf field here in the United States, and I know a lot of your fans have seen you before. They're going to be chanting Reggie, Reggie. But right now what we're going to do is go to Nick Bockwinkel and Sue Henning. They're standing by with an analysis.
Now, Nick, in the past matches that we've had, years and weight have not made that much of a difference. We had Denise Storm with 24 years and Sue Green, Denise Storm 3 years, Sue Green 22. Now we go down here. The years of experience between Reggie Bennett and Yukari are pretty much the same. Now let's go to that weight factor, Nick.
Well, the weight factor, I'm going to have to go with Reggie Bennett. I've also seen Reggie Bennett wrestle a number of times. I don't have that much knowledge about Yukari, but the thing I do know about Reggie, she's a tremendous competitor. She knows how to use that weight, and she will do it. And I've got to go with Reggie on this one.
I would have to go too. Even though the years are similar, I think the weight is going to be a big factor in this one.
It really is. Let's go down to Joe and Jim.
All right. We are getting ready for our next match. This one featuring Reggie Bennett and another Japanese competitor. Let's go as we see Yukari coming to the ring. Thank you, sir. Her name is Yukari Osawa. And as you can see there, this is her first time in the USA. She says, I fight hard style.
Taekwondo is her specialty. That's Korean karate.
All right, let's go to Alderusha.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here on the LPWA. Sensational lady wrestling action. The best you're going to see anywhere in the world, believe me.
Reggie Bennett has been competing in Japan, as she said, for 7 months.
Introducing from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 132 pounds, she is Yukari Osawa. And her opponent, weighing in at 189 pounds, from Venice Beach, California, ladies and gentlemen, she is Reggie Bennett. Age referee for this bout is Eddie Sharkey, down to ringside.
All right.
Hey, Joe, I'll tell you what. I understand that Reggie Bennett's fame has been spreading far and wide. And believe me, from looking at her, that's not all it's been spreading. 189 pounds, you got to be kidding me. She's bulked up for this tournament. I guess she figures she spent all that time in Japan. She scouted these Japanese opponents. If she can't out-quick them, she'll outweigh them. Use that bulk.
All right, and that's just what she's doing right now. As you see, she's taking Osawa and throwing her into the ropes and then just diving back. Power slam now from Reggie Bennett. And yes, Reggie Bennett will be the largest competitor in this tournament today, if I understand correctly.
You could say that if Haystacks Calhoun was entered. And right now, there's that Taekwondo coming to the fore, but Reggie Bennett has her opponent well scouted. You know, I've got to make a comment about the fans here in Rochester, Minnesota.
Great, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're a bunch of bums because they're booing these Japanese girls. They want the hometown girls to win at all costs. They don't appreciate talent. They don't appreciate ability. If this was Japan, the audiences would be cheering for the quality of the competitors, not from where they were born or where they come from.
Well, I think what it has to do, Jim, is who they are taking on. I mean, Reggie Bennett, for instance, is one of the most popular wrestlers in ladies professional wrestling and the LPWA. Whoever she takes on, the fans are obviously going to be supporting Reggie.
She's one of the most popular wrestlers in the LPWA, especially with the owners of all the buffets in the state of Minnesota.
All right, as you can see in the ring
Which I know you understand something about, Joe Pedicino.
I haven't found one yet.
I understand every time you come down the street, they hang up a sign in the window that says closed.
All I know is that I think the fans here in Minnesota are tremendous. The fans that have turned out today in an ice storm that I'll tell you right now, if we had had this ice storm in Atlanta, Georgia, we would have closed that city for a month. And yet we still have a good turnout here today in the ice storm. People were able to get here. They wanted to see the wrestling that much. So I think that we should talk and mention the fact how much we appreciate these fans showing up here in this storm.
What do you expect? They all own sled dogs up here. Right now, Reggie Bennett taking over on Osawa. Reverse chinlock. Osawa has the arm coming out in a hammerlock. Beautiful reversal. Not only is she well versed in Taekwondo, but she's a wrestler as well. And even though she is giving up a lot of weight, she's faster than Reggie Bennett and a lot more vicious. It looks like she just ran her face right in the mat.
Here's a move. There's a drop kick now, double with both feet. Just right into the chest of Reggie Bennett. There's another drop kick.
Didn't get all of it. Bennett tried to back up. Almost got out of it, but she goes for another one. Look out. Clear the ringside. Here comes Reggie Bennett. Wait a minute. Osawa's going to the top rope. Yukari Osawa going to the top rope.
She's got... Surely she is not...
Yeah, she did.
Dives on Bennett from the top rope. A crossbody on Reggie Bennett knocks Bennett down, but Bennett gets back up and just throws Osawa back toward the ring. And now where are they going? They're right into that railing. Almost into our cameraman.
Evidently all that extra padding paid off for Reggie Bennett. She was able to sustain that blow from the top rope. She dove a good 10 feet in the air. And now back in the ring. Beautiful gut wrench side salto. Takes her over. Count of 2.
Reggie Bennett looking really good against this Japanese competitor. This also a match in our tournament to name a Japanese LPWA champion. It will be the first international. Oh, a chop from Osawa. Bennett says more. Oh. Bennett says more. Do it again.
Yeah. Well, that'll teach her to say more. Do it again.
Well, this time Osawa with a flying clothesline takes Bennett down. Bennett kicks out at the 2 count.
Brother.
Jimmy, this match has quite a difference in size between the 2 competitors. Probably the biggest difference we're going to have all night.
I would say that that's true. That's certainly the case. And right now, you get a different viewpoint on things. It's Reggie Bennett trying to power out of that headlock and does so. She does have the leverage.
And what a good move now. Good wrestling move by Reggie Bennett as she tripped. Using that back leg, tripped Osawa and brought her down. And Bennett now with the upper hand as she has got Osawa tied up.
You see the way she has the top wrist lock applied, using her own arm as a lever, but now decides to relinquish the hold. Has a big handful of hair and going to go for more punishment on Yukari Osawa.
Now, when oh my God!
Oh my Lord!
And Osawa got a shoulder up. I don't see how she did that.
Boy, you got to give it to her there.
That knocked the wind right out of her, but she was able to roll over. There's a big knee lift.
That hurt me. Reggie Bennett not about to give up, but neither is Osawa, and you got to give this girl credit for guts.
Beautiful move down here by Bennett. A suplex, and Osawa is down. Bennett goes for the cover again. 1, 2, and Osawa once again. Now,
I think she was trying to smother her there.
That was a little bit of a lackadaisical type coverage.
Well, Reggie Bennett may be running out of steam at this point because you can tell the Japanese girl got to have better cardiovascular conditioning.
There's a side suplex.
Reggie Bennett needs to put this thing away quickly because you know the Japanese girl can outlast her count of 2 and she comes out again.
All right, Bennett said something there. I think
one more.
One more, all right. She's going to go for it again. But look at this. Oh, Sauer reverses it. 1, 2, and Bennett goes down. I guess one more was not the correct.
Oh, my God.
Look at those kicks. But Bennett just grabs the foot. Now what's she going to do? Another suplex. 4 times Osawa has been suplexed in one form or another during this match. Now, where's Bennett going?
She's going for a side salto. Does that. Another form of suplex. She suplexed this girl till she's suplex drunk.
And there's the tilt-a-whirl slam. 1, 2, 3, and that one does it as Reggie Bennett, after 5 different suplexes during the match, uses the tilt-a-whirl slam, and she is the winner of this match.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you've got to give it to Yukari Osawa. She had a vast differential in the weight. She had a vast audience against her, but she still gave it everything she had. Osawa still stretched out in the ring. She fought until she couldn't fight anymore,
well, you know,
and that's the Japanese way.
The tilt-a-whirl slam is a devastating move by Reggie Bennett, and she may be able to use that to go all the way. But right now, let's go.
I bet she's going to go all the way.
All right, we have got standing by in the tunnel an interview with Mick, so let's go to that right now.
Desiree Peterson, you're about to do battle with a very, very tough Japanese opponent in Kandori. What do you know about this lady?
I know nothing about her, but I've wrestled several of the Japanese women before. They're very competitive, very strong, but she's got a lot of competition here in me, and she's going to know when she hits the ring what wrestling is all about.
That big challenge match coming up.
Okay, coming up now, we've got Peterson and Kandori. Here we've got the weight the same, the age is the same, and almost the same years of experience. How is that going to come out in the match?
Well, in a situation like this, what I would then look at is the kind of training that they have. The Japanese have a tendency to put in a lot of the martial arts, whereas with the Americans, it's basically wrestling, catch as catch can, as we've known it. So that if the Japanese girl can mix the two of them, she'll be in a lot better shape. But I guess I'm just going to say flip of the coin on this one.
And it's going to come down who, like we said, trains the hardest and who's got that ability to put that experience to work. And we're going to see that right now in the ring.
Let's go to Joe and Jim at ringside.
Well, there you have Joe. Comments from my favorite guy, the champ, Nick Bockwinkel, and even he can't pick this one. And boy, isn't that Sue getting cute? She's almost perfect.
Yeah, I was just going to say almost a perfect 10. Coming to the ring now, Kandori Shinobu Kandori. She has come to the United States to show that the Japanese fighting style is #1. And I hear this is a rough and tough competitor. She is going to be taking on Desiree Peterson in this tournament. It should be a tremendous match as we are now looking at Kandori.
She looks all business, I'll tell you that.
Very interesting outfit on Kandori, and of course the Japanese ladies are very much into their outfits, each one very distinct, very unique. Desiree Peterson coming to the ring. Of course, she's a former champion in several organizations and entered this tournament to come in and try to be the Japanese champion of the LPWA.
Wrestling action. Introducing in the corner to my right from Tokyo, Japan, she is Shinobu Kandori. And ladies and gentlemen, her opponent from Copenhagen, Denmark, weighing in at 151 pounds, she is Desiree Peterson. And now down to Joe Pedicino and Jim Cornette at ringside.
Desiree Peterson taking on Shinobu Kandori in what could be a really a top-notch match here in the LPWA.
Oh, an extended hand of friendship, and we said Kandori is all business, and that's exactly what she is. You know, those girls from Denmark, they've got those great tans. I'll tell you what, she's going to tan Desiree Peterson's hide if Desiree don't watch out.
Well, this is truly an international match, Jim. The competitor from Denmark versus a competitor from Japan. And Shinobu Kandori has made it known that she wants to be the Japanese LPWA champion, and she's got her roll up. 1, 2, and Desiree Peterson just barely able to kick out, almost packaged into a 3 count right there. That would have been a very fast, quick fall.
You know, we said earlier 5 Japanese girls in the tournament, 3 American. Should have said 5 Japanese, 2 American, 1 from Denmark. But then again, hey, who's counting? And right now, Kandori, I'll tell you what, she is on Desiree Peterson like a cheap suit.
Well, she said she wanted to be the champion.
And she's got an attitude. I like that.
Yeah, well, you would, Jim. She has, as a matter of fact, the girls in the dressing room tell me that she is a Jim Cornette type person. Very much of an attitude.
Whoa!
And Desiree Peterson looks like she's not going to put up with it.
You see George Napolitano in the background shooting some photos. International photographers here from count of 2. From all over the world, the press has come, the wrestling press, to shoot this event.
Greatest event in the history of ladies professional wrestling is exactly what Napolitano told me, that they were going to put the cover of the magazine covering the Showdown today.
Well, I think that's a foregone conclusion. This is the greatest event in ladies wrestling history, and we're here to be a part of it. And I'll do a good job if you don't interrupt me too much.
I'm sorry about that, Jim.
By the way, how's Bonnie back there in the hospitality suite? She's being real hospitable. I'll have to ask the crew later on.
She is back in the hospitality suite.
Wow, look at that. Look how quickly Kandori went into the abdominal stretch.
Easy for you to say. I just call it the octopus.
So, well, no, the octopus is with the right leg over Desiree Peterson's head. That's the octopus.
That's why we have you and Nick Bockwinkel here, Jim.
And listen, the people are starting to get behind Desiree Peterson.
You were the USA chant. Interesting for a lady from Denmark.
She's from Denmark, for heaven's sake. Probably got a boyfriend named Sven or something.
Peterson now with Kandori down. And Peterson asking the crowd if she should do it again. The crowd says yes. The crowd says do it again.
Well, Desiree Peterson showing that she's not a shrinking violet either. Runs her right into the top cable. Those are metal airplane cables underneath garden hose wrapped with tape. Those are not actual ropes, Joe, and those things will cut you open if they hit you in the face, and those will definitely hurt you and leave you with a bad attitude.
They've missed each other twice, and now a flying body. But look at this, Kandori reverses it 1. No, Desiree able to get a foot on the ropes. Kandori thought she had this match won, Jim.
Well, Kandori doesn't seem like she's going to just quit yet. She's still going after it, clotheslining the turnbuckle.
And now going after the eyes. This is what I meant when I said she had an attitude. Going and raking the eyes, and just look at that look on her face.
Hey, if I went to a foreign country, tried to compete to the best of my ability, and had all these rednecks up here yelling and screaming and booing me, well, I'd get nasty too.
Jim, you get nasty no matter where you are.
Well, I figure do unto others before they do unto you.
Desiree Peterson in bad shape right now. Comes back with a foot. Now, Condori was not expecting that. And I think that might be what is helping Desiree, is some unexpected moves that the Japanese lady is not ready for. Takes Condori, throws her into the ropes, comes off. Oh, forearm right into that chest area. And Desiree, picking her up by the hair, is going to fight fire with fire here, Jim. I think that's obvious.
Well, to join the old cliche team, that's what she's going to do. Whoa! DDT with a front twist.
She tried that move once more and ran right into a DDT. And now what is this, a power bomb? Yes, a power bomb. 1, 2, and Desiree Peterson is eliminated from the tournament. Shinomi Condori will continue on in the tournament. There is a look at the winner of this match. You've got to give it to Condori. I have to admit, that was a tremendous move. It was a tremendous situation there. She did look good. And yes, it's got to be hard for these ladies in a foreign country, Jim. I think so far they're doing very well.
Well, I'll tell you, you could just see from Condori when she came to the ring, she's not the type of girl that likes to go out and look for lace doilies. She's all business. She's mean, she's nasty, and I think she's going to do well in the second round of the tournament. But right now, we've got to go to another bit of business here on the Super Ladies Showdown.
That's right. Bonnie is standing by in the hospitality suite. She has an up-close and personal look at one of today's competitors.
How close is she getting?
We're in the hospitality suite of the Mayo Civic Center, and of course you're watching the great Super Ladies Showdown. I'm here with Denise Storm.
I keep telling you about his dangerous Denise Storm.
Dangerous Denise Storm. You proved exactly what dangerous means earlier in your win over Susan Green, but now it looks like, Denise, you'll be going out to take on Reggie Bennett, the winner of this contest.
I have never had a problem with Reggie Bennett. This is not going to be any different from a regular taping of the LPWA shows.
There's not a little nervousness or butterflies knowing that
nervous or butterfly over Reggie Bennett? I don't think so, no.
Because the winner gets to advance on and take on the top of the Japanese stars. This thing is elevating into something that is going to be, of course, the most prestigious title in all of ladies wrestling. You have no qualms.
I deserve it. I am very good at what I do. I'm not worried about Reggie Bennett. Yes, I'm a little excited about wrestling a Japanese woman, but I can handle it.
How have you prepared yourself, Miss Storm, in taking on some of Japan's finest? It's not something that I know that you're very familiar with.
I have been running, I have been training, I've been eating rice, I've been doing whatever I have to do it and get it done right.
All right, now let's talk about maybe the hometown advantage. You have a lot of friends here watching the pay-per-view, a lot of people who will be cheering for you, but then there are those who remember some of your other tactics and they will not be cheering for you out in the arena area. Your comments towards them?
I'm not a baby face. I'm not a good person. I've never done it for the fans. This is no different for me. I'm doing this for me and mine, not them.
All right, now let's go to Nick Bockwinkel and Sue Henning. They're standing by with some more analysis.
Thank you, Bonnie. Coming up now, we've got Mizuki Endo taking on Harley Saito. Now here we've got age is almost the same, only 4 years separating the two, and the weight is the factor here, and also more so the experience. Endo's got 2 years experience, where Saito's got 6. Nick?
The bigger girls got less experience. The smaller girls got more experience. They've both been trained in the same country, and they're both in the same styles. I guess if I had to say 25 pounds or say 20% difference in weight or 15% difference versus that 4 years of experience, I would want to go with the 4 years of experience and sacrifice the weight.
Now see, I'm going to have to go toward the weight just from the earlier matches that we've had. I'm going to go with the weight on this one, and that would be Mizuki Endo. So we'll have to see what happens now on this one.
Let's get down to Joe and Jim.
Okay, now this should be interesting. 2 Japanese competitors facing each other.
Oh, look at this Sherman tank.
Mizuki Endo is her name. It's her first time in America. She does love it here, she says. And as a matter of fact, some of the girls told me she was talking about the possibility of trying to stay here for a while and wrestle in the LPWA.
Hey, who's going to argue with her?
As you can see, she does look like a little fire plug, as a matter of fact. She is going to be taking on, as we said, another Japanese competitor. This is Harley Saito, also her first time in America, but she has fought at a Navy military base there in Japan, and this should be quite a match. Saito...
well, I'm glad you took the Evelyn Wood course. I couldn't read all that information that quick.
All right, let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right, weighing in at 100 146 pounds. She is from Tokyo, Japan, Mizuki Endo. And her opponent, weighing in at 124 pounds, she is Harley Saito. Referee is Bruce Kreitzman, down to ringside for all the action.
Of being one of the most exciting matches on the card. These two ladies are very familiar with each other from Japan. They've wrestled each other several times over there, and here they are now on the Super Ladies Showdown. You know, let's mention something just 1 second about a lady who's not here, and that is Magnificent Mimi. As we've got this match starting off with a drop kick. Mimi was supposed to be here, but at the last minute we found out that because of a movie that she is working on, she was not able to make the plane connections and be here. Well, so Magnificent Mimi, unfortunately, not here today. We were sort of looking forward to seeing what kind of costume she would come out, and I was really looking forward to seeing her against one of these Japanese competitors, but unfortunately, she could not get back to the United States from the movie that she is currently working on.
That's a shame Mimi couldn't be here. As a matter of fact, I know that a lot of people were anxious to see her wrestle one of these Japanese girls, but alas, not to be. But right now, two Japanese competitors, and I've been anxious to see this Harley Saito. We've heard so much about her. She's got the Harley-Davidson emblem on her back. You know, American symbols and American brands, American things are very big in Japan right now. They are not like the Americans, so racist that they knock the other countries. They like American stuff. That's why they're buying so much of it.
Right, they like it. That's why they don't let it in as much as they should. Thank goodness the LPWA has made all of the arrangements, and of course, you know, our next big pay-per-view coming up this summer is due to
Boy, she cleaned her clock with that one. Harley Saito, quick snap suplex. Count of 2, and no, just short of a 3 count. I'll tell you what, this girl, as my good friend Lance Russell would say, is a stem winder.
She is something else, and look at the look of determination on the face there of Harley Saito. As I was about to say, our next big pay-per-view that will be coming up this summer is due to come from Japan, and we are looking very much forward to being in the land of the rising sun for our next big pay-per-view event. Be watching your cable systems for news of that big LPWA event coming up this summer.
Whoa, there we go. Endo decides, hey, I'm going to slow this girl down. I'm going to take her balance. I'm going to take her speed away by working on the legs, and that's exactly what she's doing. Harley Saito, I wonder, you know, I know she's got a fixation with Harley Davidson, but maybe, do you think Harley Race ever spent any time in Japan about 20 years ago?
No, I don't think that's...
Just wondering.
Explain to us, if you will, Jim, the boots that Harley Saito are wearing. I know that they are those kickboxing boots, but you'll notice the pads on the front.
Well, Joe, as you can see, count of 2. She almost had her. As you said, they are a form of martial arts footwear. That is a full contact karate shin guard and foot guard. In full contact karate, you are not allowed to wear a bare boot, mainly because you can kill somebody. Well, that's the next best thing to killing somebody, is wearing one of these shin guards. They pad the boot just enough. It's like a difference between a boxing glove and a bare knuckles fight.
Gotcha. Well, as you can see right now, those shin guards are not helping Harley Saito, as she is completely wrapped up with the leg scissors by Mizuki Endo.
Well, you see, Endo's trying to stay away from those feet. Trying to stay
Look at this. She's got her down. 1, 2. Almost a 3 count as Endo turned Saito over and almost got a 3 count.
If Harley Saito gets any of those kicks unleashed that she's so noted for, she caught her with a good spinning back kick a few minutes ago. She's going to go to the kicks, and she's going to be successful if she gets a chance to apply them. That's what Endo's job is, to keep her from it.
All right, both ladies now in the middle of the ring. And we said this one had the capability of being one of our better matches, and so far it has been. A 2 count. The referee tells us he got a 2 count. Now Saito coming back. Going after the midsection now of Mizuki Endo.
You know, you're always going to get excellent wrestling, and what's more, from the Japanese girls, you're always going to get the hardest fight. That's what they call it. We want to fight strong, fight hard. It's a point of honor for them. They train religiously. They work constantly to better themselves.
Two of those karate-style kicks. Right.
And Enziguri.
I was going to wait for this.
By Antonio Inoki. Count of 2.
And she bridged out. Not only did she kick out, but to make sure shoulders were not on the mat, Endo actually bridged out.
These Japanese girls, like I said, tremendous dedication. They will fight to the very last bit of energy in their body. Count of 2. She bridges again.
Again, Endo bridges out. And Saito saying it should have been a 3 count. She thought she had Endo down for a 3 count, but not to be. And now we see a suplex, it looks like, coming up. Is that what? She's got her set for a snap suplex.
Quick snap,
and follows
a knee drop.
And again, Endo comes out. You have got to admit, Endo has got to have been showing more gumption than I think Saito was expecting.
They're fighting for the championship of their own country, and they are not going to give up, not going to lose, not going to be pinned without giving it everything they've got. There's boomerang.
And then just dives on top of her 1, 2, and this time it's Saito that kicks out at the 2 count.
She's going to go for it again. Or is she going to try to turn her for the Boston Crab?
I think that's where she's headed. She's trying to get her over. She's trying to turn her, and she's got it. She's got a full Boston Crab. The referee asking Saito if she wants to give. Saito is saying no.
I think we'll be here till tomorrow before Harley Saito gives it up. Just judging from what I've seen of her so far.
Saito trying to reach for the rope. If she can just make the rope, she can break the hold. Look at Endo, how she is almost just sitting on Saito. Saito reaching for the ropes, and she made it. She got to the ropes now because the referee's going to make her break the hold. But look at Endo going right for the small of the back, knowing that that's the part that she's been working on. She goes right for the small of the back, and here we go again. She's going to, now she took her right out to the middle of the ring. But Saito's smart enough to make the move before she gets turned over.
Saito keeping her balance, crawling on her back. Yeah, big body block. It's the ropes again, another one. Only Saito can't get her equilibrium.
Saito now down after 3 straight body blocks. Where's she going here? Uh-oh.
Tombstone pile driver.
Yeah.
Oh, shoulder breaker.
1, 2,
no! I cannot believe that Harley Saito kicked out after 3 straight shoulder blocks and then a shoulder breaker. Oh! A flying reverse
She
kick.
got her.
And I think it's obvious where she hit her as Endo grabbed straight for the mouth and the nose now. All right, this time it is Saito going, and it is a tombstone pile driver.
She got her with the reverse spin kick, then the tombstone pile driver.
Saito able to take a very bad situation for herself, reverse it, and she did use the tombstone pile driver to win this match, and what an exciting match it was. Saito taking the count of Endo, and Saito, of course, looking very good in my opinion, Jim.
Well, I tell you, I think that just goes to show, it testifies to the lengths that these Japanese girls will go to win the LPWA Japanese Championship. They don't want an American to represent their home country, just like an American wouldn't want a Japanese to represent theirs.
All right, let's go back to the tunnel now. Mick is standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event truly international in scope. My guest at this time, one of the Japanese ladies on this big card, Eagle Sawai. Welcome to the United States.
Hello.
And Eagle, you have a very, very tough opponent this afternoon, Midori Saito.
Yes, very good.
All right, do you have any special plans for this bout?
Number 1, Japanese.
Ladies and gentlemen, very confident, Eagle Sawai.
Thanks, Mick. Coming up now, we've got Eagle Sawai and Midori Saito. Now here we've got the years experience, 3 years difference between the two. The weight, pretty much the same, and also years of age, how old they both are, pretty much the same. So a lot could depend here on the year's experience.
You got that. But before I get to that, I just want to say that not only is this pretty lady sitting here with me, helping me out and asking me these questions, but she also happens to be the daughter of Mr. Larry Henning and the sister of none other than Kurt Henning, Mr. Perfect.
And thank you for pronouncing the last name correctly. Very few do that.
It's been around. I got hit with it enough times in my life. I'm going to go with Eagle Sawai. I saw her working out yesterday, and I didn't get to see a chance to see Saito work out, but I was impressed with Sawai, and I'm going to go with her. Let's get down to Joe and Jim.
Holy mackerel, Joe! What in the world? Eagle Sawai.
She wants to tour the U.S. I guess she's starting out here. I don't know, 170 centimeters, kilograms. I don't know that stuff. I never could figure it out even when I was in school. But I'll tell you what, she's got some size to her. And what's more, I think she's trying to psych everybody out by coming in here looking like she's dressed to go, I don't know, maybe
looks like a
costume ball.
She looks like she's going to a dance.
I'd hate to see what kind of dancing they do there.
Here we have Midori Saito. This is her first time in America. She wrestles Japanese style and would like to learn to wrestle maybe American style. This will be another exciting match, as I can't wait to see Eagle Sawai in action. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with continuing great lady professional wrestling action. A fantastic afternoon of action here. Introducing from Tokyo, Japan, ladies and gentlemen, she is Eagle Sawai. In the corner to my right, Eagle Sawai. And her opponent, ladies and gentlemen, she is Midori Saito. Midori Saito. Referee is Eddie Sharkey down to ringside.
Midori Saito taking on Eagle Sawai. And Eagle has taken off the ball gown dress, and
ball gown dress,
ball
dress gown.
Well, whatever.
What about a skirt? Wait a minute, action already. Boy, I tell you what, they don't let no grass grow, these Japanese ladies.
Jim, this match may be too fast for us to call. We'll try and keep up with it.
Like they say where I'm from, if you want to run with the big dogs, you got to get up off the porch. And in this case, this girl's a big dog because she got up and she's getting after it. Can you imagine the press, the pressure, the stress on these girls? You note in the statistics on their entrances, all of them 21, 22, 23 years of age. They've been professionals for 5 and 6 years. A lot of them turned pro at the age of 15 in Japan. It's a young girl's game, professional wrestling in Japan. But can you imagine the stress coming to a country, a 20-hour plane flight away that in some cases they've never been to before, competing on a pay-per-view event? They have got to have butterflies like nobody's business.
Well, they've got to know that there are people back in Japan watching this. And so they, as you said, they are trying to put their best foot forward, and they want to represent their country as the Japanese champion.
And I got to think that, you know, even though they're so vicious in the ring, even though they're such great athletes, they're still young girls. Put yourself in that position. A 20-year-old girl, 21-year-old girl coming this far, competing in an event of this magnitude, it's got to affect your game. It's got to affect your match.
Well, Eagle Sawai doesn't seem to be bothering her. Look at, she is just tossing Saito around by the hair. And Eagle Sawai, one of the top lady wrestlers in Japan. As you can see, she has her name written there on her boots. And she is just a devastating wrestler. But look at this.
Oh! Tried that sunset flip, but it didn't quite pan out. And now just a chokehold.
I hope things work out. I would love to see Eagle Sawai taking on Reggie Bennett.
So you're just going to throw Midori Saito out as a garbage, right?
No, not at all. But I'm saying size-wise, I think Eagle Sawai and Reggie Bennett would be one heck of a match.
Size-wise, I think Reggie Bennett and Man Mountain Mike would be a heck of a confrontation.
And there you see Saito using her speed and her quickness, and now she says, come on, come over here.
Whoa. Big drop kick off the rope. She's running to the next turnbuckle. She's outrunning Eagle Sawai. Eagle Sawai trying to catch her coming off there, and finally does.
Sawai says, that ain't going to work twice in a row, ladies. So here's the penalty for trying that one twice. And look at that. A two count, but then Eagle able to get her shoulder up off the mat. Now, what is Saito going to try here? She's going for a Boston Crab on this big woman.
Well, maybe she learned a little thing or two from our last match, because just a half crab, but that could be good enough. She's got that point of balance good, got the toe hooked under the arm, stretching back on that knee. The bigger the girl, the more likely she is to have knee problems.
That's correct, and that's exactly what Saito is working on. So look how she's got that leg bent back, Jim.
No give up.
No give up. No give up, Joe.
That's what she's saying. No give up.
She knows that much English. Midori Saito, I think she's quite content to keep Eagle Sawai down on the mat as long as she can.
And this time it is Sawai that makes the ropes, and the referee is going to have to break the hold, but not before Saito gets a good kick right into that back. Now, if she's smart, Jim, she's going to continue to work on the back of Sawai.
Whoa! At first, she's got to take her down a peg or two. Hooks that leg, but it's on the ropes. Will Eddie Sharkey? Yes, Eddie Sharkey. You know, Eddie Sharkey not noted for his eagle eyes, but in this case, he saw it.
Reversed by Sawai, comes off, and a backbreaker. Drops her right across that huge knee. Saito kicks out at the 2 count. I think Sawai thought she had her.
Oh, now she's going to take a page out of the same
All
book.
of that weight coming right down on the back there. All of that pressure, and look at the look. Eagle Sawai very happy with herself right now.
And you notice the way Sawai has this applied, she's not going for pressure on the knee as much as pressure on the lower back and the hips. Saito had the Boston Crab applied, stretching the knee, but in this case, I don't need help. Just a little bit of help. Now she's bringing that point of leverage down a little bit lower.
Eddie Sharkey not breaking that hold. I'm a little bit surprised.
I'm not surprised at anything Eddie Sharkey does.
Good move on the part of Sawai as she grabbed the arm to keep Saito from reaching the ropes. Look how she has got this woman tied up.
Boy, I tell you, she's got her tied up like a tax lawyer. And finally, she makes it to the ropes. Sharkey telling her she's got to break it, and that's why I don't think he meant the back, but that's what Sawai is going for.
That's what she was trying to break. Now, what do we got?
Gives her a boost to going for an atomic drop, but she flips over behind, tries for a roll-up. Saito couldn't hold on, ducks the clothesline, hits the ropes. And up. Whoa!
What do you call that, Jim?
I call that the end of the match.
A 3 count on one of the most unusual moves. It's almost like a tilt-a-whirl DDT. What an unusual looking move. And now Eagle Sawai giving the fans here in Minnesota what for. They are sitting there screaming. Sawai, the winner of that match. And look at this now. Sawai pointing at one of the fans here. Sawai is not very happy with the fans here in the United States. And as you can see, some of the fans in Minnesota giving her a hard time. I would say this, they had better be careful. This woman looks like she could handle herself up in the crowd just as easy as in the ring.
I'll tell you what, they're too honorable for lawsuits in Japan, so she may deck a few every now and then. She'll find out it's different in this country, believe me from experience.
Mick Karsh is standing by in the tunnel. Our next match is on the way. Let's go see what Mick has to say about that.
With me at this time, the Black Venus and her manager, Boogaloo Brown. A big grudge match today with Rockin' Robin. Why the grudge?
Every match is a grudge, do you understand? I don't like anybody, and I don't like you either.
Hold it, old girl. Save that for a little later on when it's really counted. Because Rockin' Robin's gonna bite off more than she can chew as usual. And if that's what it takes to get to the LPWA title, we're gonna do it. Because Black Venus is gonna end up on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, confidence certainly running rampant in the tunnel today.
And you're gonna be running too, chump.
And you know it.
Thanks, Mick. Once again, now we've got coming up the grudge match. We've got Rockin' Robin taking on Black Venus. Weight, not too much of a difference in there. Years experience. Now Rockin' Robin has got 5 years. Black Venus has got only 8 now. She's got 3 more years on her.
Actually, what I think I see here is the fact that Rockin' Robin, she comes second generation, father Grizzly Smith. So she's got a lot of background, and the thing that she's got to watch out for is the manager. I had a lot of experiences in those days. Managers can be a tremendous distraction, and if Rockin' Robin's not careful, she looks in the wrong direction, she's going to blow it. Let's go down to Jill.
Let's go down. We'll have to see what happens.
Let's see.
There you have Black Venus coming to the ring.
I beg to differ with Sue Henning. I see a lot of difference between Black Venus and Rockin' Robin.
Well, as you can see, she's recently been put into the singles competition by Boogaloo Brown. He says they went to the pinnacle in the LPWA as far as tag team, and now he wants to take Black Venus all the way to the top. He calls her Black Power. He says there is nothing like her in the world of ladies professional wrestling. But I think we're about to see somebody who just might be able to handle Black Venus, and that is Rockin' Robin. I'm very familiar with this lady.
And there you see Rockin' Robin, former WWF Women's Champion, coming to the ring. Sister of pro wrestler Sam Houston, and as Nick Bockwinkel said, the daughter of Grizzly Smith, who teamed with Luke Brown as one of the Kentuckians back years ago in the 60s.
Well, you've got to say she comes from a wrestling family. Her toughest opponent ever was Medusa Michelli, right here in the LPWA. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right. Hey, wait a minute, just a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, I'm out of here.
Right now, Rockin' Robin has snuck around to the other side of the ring, and she is, she says, you want to play some sneak attack, sister, we can handle that. You're not going to pull one like that on Rockin' Robin. She's been around the wrestling business way too long, and you're not going to get away with a sneak attack like that, as Black Venus just found out.
And needless to say, this is not a match in the LPWA Japanese title tournament. This is a grudge match. The first round of the tournament has been completed. We'll see those girls return later on for the second round, but right now, it's time to settle some scores between Black Venus and Rockin' Robin.
Boogaloo Brown on the outside. You know, you got to say one thing for Boogaloo. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he acts, but he always looks sharp. He is a sharp-dressed man.
He is a veritable paragon of sartorial pulchritude, is Boogaloo Brown.
He what?
I said he is a veritable paragon of sartorial pulchritude.
I thought he had gone and had Doug Cooper help him pick out some clothes, too.
No, Doug has got an exclusive agreement with me. Whoa!
Look at this now.
What a right hand, about knocked her out.
Black Venus knows how to wrestle, but loves to brawl. She'd rather be in a good fight than a good wrestling match. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I think Rockin' Robin is going to have to protect herself in every way, shape, and form against that very move right there, a headbutt. And
just like the referee says in the instructions before every match, protect yourself at all times, and Rockin' Robin should pay heed to that advice.
Look at this. She's got her up off the ground, choker, and just throws her to the ground.
Referee Baldy Creeksman telling Black Venus that she is going to have to mind her P's and Q's.
You never really do get along with the referees, do you, Jim?
Well, you know, I've had a lot of problems with them in the past. None my fault, of course.
We're coming to you live from Rochester, Minnesota, the home of the famous Mayo Clinic. As a matter of fact, we are in the Mayo Civic Center right now, even as we speak. And we want to welcome everyone who is watching the Super Ladies Showdown today on this exclusive pay-per-view event, the first LPWA pay-per-view ever. And we want to thank all the fans who showed up. If you haven't heard, there is a tremendous ice storm here in southern Minnesota today. It was very dangerous getting out. As a matter of fact, honestly, if we had not been here yesterday, I don't know how we would have gotten here, Jim.
Can you imagine an ice storm in southern anything? Well, I think
right out in front of us now.
Wait a minute.
Right out in front of us. Right out in front of us. We've got to be careful here.
Hey, Joe, Rockin' Robin is bleeding. Rockin' Robin is bleeding from the head. She's been busted open. But I don't know whether it was something on the table she was run into, whether it was that big right hand. If we can get a shot of Rockin' Robin.
Rockin' Robin is hurt. I think it was from the microphone right here on the table. She got hit. She was slammed head first into it, and now there is blood coming from the forehead of Rockin' Robin.
Blood on her head, blood on her tights. She is busted bad. And that's exactly the kind of advantage that Black Venus wanted.
Robin fighting back now. Robin has got Black Venus. She's going to try to bring her outside over the top rope. And she does it. She does it. She brings her over. And they're back out here again. Be careful. Watch it. They're fighting on the table, Jim.
I'm well aware of that, Joe. I can see that they are fighting on the table, and I'm trying to get the heck out of the way. Thank you.
Jim, I thought with the ladies we would probably not have to worry about this type of thing. With Black Venus in the ring and Boogaloo on the outside, you never know what is going to happen.
Well, there might be some girl wrestlers in the ring, but I don't see any ladies right now.
That's a good point. And look at Robin. Robin just took a look at the blood that was on her hands, and I think it has just infuriated her.
All right, give me 1, 2.
I saw referee Bruce Kreutzmann checking the cut on the head. It's up above the hairline of Rockin' Robin. And she might have got a gash in her eyebrow as well. It's not.
Venus is down. Robin is going up on the second rope. Comes down. Venus brings up the knees. Robin had nowhere to go but right down across both of those raised knees of Black Venus.
Boy, these people are getting a Donnybrook for their money today. Oh, I bet it's worth every cent they pay to get in here.
What is happening now? And good grief, drops her back one. And she did it. She had a hold of the tights while she did it too. Boogaloo Brown yelling, grab her tights, grab her tights. And that's exactly what Black Venus did.
And Black Venus, boy, spits on the referee. There's Boogaloo's dancing. Don Cornelius is it. Look, Black Venus bleeding from the nose. These girls have been in a scrap. Boogaloo Brown told me Don Cornelius was watching him today, and I know Don's proud.
Well, there you see.
Rockin' Robin coming out of the ring. Robin coming around behind Black Venus. Look out!
She has knocked Boogaloo for a loop. Boogaloo Brown is down, and Robin is challenging Venus to come on, sister. Now, Boogaloo.
Hey, if I was Boogaloo, I don't know whether I'd mess with that girl or not. But Boogaloo, he's getting the soul back in his stroll now.
Oh, man, he's upset. His lady won the match, but he took quite an interesting situation there at the end of the match. Right now, standing by, we have Mick Karsh. He is back in the tunnel, and I understand that he is with another one of today's competitors. Let's go to Mick Karsh right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Reggie Bennett, going into the ring with Denise Storm, the winner to advance to the finals of the tournament. And Reggie, I know you and Denise have had many wars in the past. I'm certain this will be no different.
No, it's no different. Me and Denise has had a lot of battles. She's tough. She comes prepared, but I'm more prepared. I've been working out in Japan, and I'm out there to do business. I want that title.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a war ahead. Denise Storm and Reggie Bennett.
Thanks, Mick. Coming up now, we've got Reggie Bennett along with Denise Storm. Nick, I have to tell you all the way, I'm going with Bennett. She's got the weight and she's got the experience, and I'm not going to argue with her on that one.
Well, the only thing is, in the first time that we saw Bennett, she didn't have that strong of an opponent. This time, she's got Storm. Storm's a very strong opponent. Storm has shown that she'll try anything she needs to do in order to win. So this is going to be almost like a little battle between two vixens, both of them a little with a nasty attitude.
Still, though, I'm going to go with Reggie Bennett and the weight and the experience on this one. I think it's going to pull through for her as it did in the past.
Let's go down to Jim and Joe.
Thank you, Nick. And as you can see, we are in the ring ready for our next match here on the Super Ladies Showdown. This is going to be another tournament match, the second round. Denise Storm, many feel like she is destined to be the champion. She has that attitude of it's going to be you or me, and if it's going to be one of us, it's going to be me.
Or you, depending on what the circumstance and what the punishment is. Denise Storm, what a heck of a match she had the first time around. This one going to be equally as tough against Reggie Bennett, but I think she is up to the task. Is that the building shaking? Yes, here comes Reggie Bennett. And the people are just tearing the place down to see Reggie Bennett come to the ring.
Well, as we said, she has superstar status in Japan, and she would very much like to be the Japanese LPWA champion. Let's go to Al DeRusha for our ring announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the first bout in our second round to determine the LPWA championship title. Introducing in the corner to my right, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 163 pounds, she is Denise Storm. And her opponent, from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 190 pounds, she is Reggie Bennett. Referees Eddie Sharkey, down to Joe Pedicino at ringside.
I know what you're going to say.
She gained a pound. She was back there at the hot dog stand since her earlier match. She's gained a pound already.
I knew what you were going to say. I knew it the minute I heard Al DeRusha say 190 pounds.
DeRusha, he got the update. DeRusha stays on top of things. DeRusha's a man after my own heart. He went out and got the update. He didn't want any old information.
Well, it may take all 190 pounds of Reggie Bennett to defeat Denise Storm.
And even then some, I tell you what, I think my money's on Dangerous Denise, brother. She has it all. She's got the build, she's got the body, she's got the ability, she's got the mental toughness, she's got the attitude, and she's got the experience. I think she can go all the way.
You know what else she probably has?
What?
That chain that she used earlier today to get into the second round. If she starts messing around with that boot again, I hope this time the referee takes a lot closer look than last time.
I don't know what this foot fetish you've got is, Joe, for heaven's sake. All I know is Denise Storm, I think, is going to win this tournament. Reggie Bennett, some way or other, is going to have to do something to pull this thing out.
Well, right now, she is manhandling Denise Storm.
Whoa!
I don't see Denise. I was just going to say, I don't see Denise Storm putting up with this for long.
You know, Reggie Bennett, like you said, she wants to be the LPWA Japanese champion because she's got a superstar status in Japan. She did a big soft drink commercial over there. I don't know which one it was. I don't think it was Diet Coke. I'm not sure which one it was.
I believe it was Boing Boing.
Possibly.
She was known as the Boing Boing girl.
Well, there was a good boing right off the chest. And Reggie Bennett looks like she's a bit teed up now.
She says, come on, do it again. And look at Denise Storm now. Psychology in the ring. Something that reminds me of Nick Bockwinkel. Get the opponent mad and then let him steam.
Nick Bockwinkel, the all-time master of psychology. That's why he was so successful in the ring for so long, because Nick Bockwinkel was smarter than 99.9% of the opponents that he stepped in the ring with.
Denise Storm, it looks like her ploy worked. She got Bennett frustrated, and now she's taking over on Bennett. Throws her into the ropes, off she comes. Clothesline. And you talk about a clothesline when it takes somebody the size of Reggie Bennett down.
Denise Storm always has a psychological advantage, like we said, because she is smarter than most of her opponents, and wrestling is physical chess. You've not only got to have the physical attributes, but you've got to be able to outthink your opponent as well.
Reggie Bennett and Denise Storm right now in a chess game. That's exactly what I would call it, Jim, as the two of them are going back and forth. There's a chop that sends Denise Storm to the mat.
Well, they're trading some licks back and forth, and the crowd behind Reggie Bennett here. As a matter of fact, the crowd is all behind Reggie Bennett.
Go ahead.
Never mind, I already used that one on you.
All right.
Can't get her off her feet. Dangerous Denise couldn't get the leverage.
Oh, knee. Did you hear that pop all the way down here?
I'm not sure whether that was the knee or the jaw that made that sound.
Denise
Reggie
Storm.
Bennett coming out. Wait a minute. Here we go again. What is this outside the ring stuff for these girls?
Well,
that didn't phase her. Right into the ring post.
Reggie Bennett is saying, if you want to brawl, we can brawl. You throw me into the rail, I'll throw you into the ring post. Back and forth, these two women are going. Who those chops remind you of, Jim?
I tell you what, the Nature Boy would be proud of a couple of those. And I got to tell Nate when I get back to Charlotte just exactly what went on here today, because he always loves a good fight between women. I've seen him cheer many on.
All right, Denise Storm trying to wear down Reggie Bennett, but Bennett turns it around and now ends up with a hammerlock. I don't think that is what Denise Storm was counting on.
I think, you know, while Denise Storm may have reminded me of the Nature Boy, I think Reggie Bennett puts me more in mind of Chief Wahoo McDaniel right today.
Big, strong, with big chops. Right?
That's exactly right.
All right. Almost did not get her over.
Almost got her right on the head, which I think is maybe what she was trying to do, and Denise managed to tuck just in the nick of time. Almost lost her elbow. What a knee lift there. Brother, I tell you what, the toll is being waged on these two girls. I don't know how much longer they can keep up a pace like this.
Sharky, break this out. Reggie Bennett draped across the rope. Denise Storm just sits on her.
Hey, Reggie Bennett's no shrinking violet either. I think Eddie Sharkey is just saying, hey, let them fight it out. Let the toughest woman win.
Well, so far, it's been a pretty even battle.
What do you say? Off the throat?
The referee telling her now, get it off the throat. You can't choke her.
Yeah, you can hear Eddie Sharkey trying to be efficient right now. And I think that forearm
Come on, Eddie. She's right down across the throat.
He's checking it. That forearm is right up
Eddie's
under
sitting there
the point
saying
of the
that if
chin.
you don't break that in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to make you break it.
Oh, what do you want to get on a poor referee for? He ain't doing nothing to nobody.
That's my point.
Oh, well, if you comb your hair right, nobody will notice it.
Reggie Bennett pulls her over. Now she had her in a scissors. I tell you, this is like two giants coming up against one another. I tell you, neither one has had the upper hand for long, Jim.
Well, right now, Reggie Bennett has managed to take Denise Storm over, but Denise trying to get a hand in those tights, and there's just not room.
Denise Storm now down, and Reggie Bennett telling the referee, check my shorts, ref.
I don't think Eddie Sharkey wants to tackle a job quite that immense. He's not getting paid for something like that. Bennett into the ropes. Crouched down, thought Denise was going to dive at her, but Denise had the move well scouted and instead pulled up short and got a hold of Reggie again, the reverse chin lock once again. I think Reggie Bennett saw in Storm's eyes she was going to make that dive, and she tried to get out of the way, but the spirit was willing, but the body just wasn't able.
Denise just pounding on the back of Reggie Bennett and kicking now. She's going to make Bennett mad is what she's going to do. And when she does, we all had better watch out.
I don't know.
She's trying for a suplex. I don't know.
Whoa! Reversal on that one.
I just don't think if I were Denise Storm, going on trying for a suplex on Reggie would be what I would try.
Big backdrop by Reggie Bennett. High vertical elevation there.
She's got her in the corner. Takes now. Denise reverses and throws Bennett into the corner. Bennett!
Oh my goodness! Bennett came out of the corner, went for a clothesline and caught Eddie Sharkey.
Sharkey has been knocked into Tomorrowland. In the meantime, Denise Storm from behind goes after, throws Denise Storm now out of the ring.
Brother, I'll tell you what, Reggie Bennett trying to pick up Eddie Sharkey and see if he's all right. Well, what's Denise Storm doing?
Denise Storm in the meantime has gone after a chair.
Denise Storm's got that chair. She's coming in the ring. Reggie Bennett has seen her. What in the world? Bennett! She's got it. She's got the chair.
Away. And now Bennett's going after her.
She's got the chair.
What's fair is fair. Turnabout is fair play. And look at Denise. No, sister. No, I didn't mean it.
Oh,
and now
here she comes.
Get her.
Oh, wait a minute.
She would have taken her head off if she... Wait a minute, Sharkey. No, Sharkey, you're not gonna... Sharkey!
She's disqualified. Reggie Bennett's disqualified.
Eddie Sharkey did not see that Denise Storm brought the chair into the ring.
I didn't see it either.
That's not right. That is not right. know the referee can't see everything, but it was obvious to everybody watching here on live TV. Denise Storm brought the chair into the ring.
If Reggie Bennett's aim had not been so bad, if Reggie Bennett's aim with that clothesline had not been so bad, then she wouldn't have knocked the referee out, and she would have not been disqualified.
All I can
Reggie
say
Bennett
is
knocked the referee out.
justice was not served in that match. Reggie Bennett should not have been disqualified. Mick Karsh is standing by. He has another competitor in today's Super Ladies Showdown.
Justice doesn't get served in every federation.
Harley Saito, a big challenge ahead. First, Denise Storm. That's a big mountain.
Yes, Eagle Sawai and good match, but me #1.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very confident Harley Saito to do battle with Eagle Sawai.
Thanks, Mick. Coming on now, we've got Harley Saito and Eagle Sawahi.
Yes.
Now, they're both 24 years of age. They both have 6 years of experience. There is, however, a substantial weight difference among the two. How do you think they're going to fare in that?
What I saw with Sawai was that she was easy to antagonize, very easy to irritate from the fans, and you can't do that because if the fans can irritate you, your opponent can irritate you. Saito, I saw a lot of cool smoothness in her, and she's smaller, but some of those savate kicks that she threw were just right on the money. I've got to go with Saito on this
And
one.
I'm going to go right along with you, Nick. I think she's going to come out on top.
Let's go.
Down.
Jim and Joe.
We are back in the ring, and our next match is coming up. And
Reggie Bennett, your favorite, is out of the LPWA Japanese tournament.
well, it was unjust in my opinion.
And Dangerous Denise Storm, my favorite, is going to the finals. One more match, and she'll be the LPWA Japanese champion, and she will be wrestling
The winner of this
match, Saito and Sawai.
Two of the Japanese ladies facing each other to see who will go into the finals. And here comes Sawai again, and as we said, the fans just absolutely took a disliking to this lady. She says that her toughest opponent in the past has been Lady X over in Japan for a title match. Well, that may change right here.
How much is 80 kilos?
Oh, about 190 pounds, I think. Doesn't she? No, it's a little bit less than 190
Yeah,
pounds.
got to be less than 190.
This one should be a barn burner. Harley Saito taking on Eagle Sawai, and the big thing here is this: the winner of this match goes into the finals against Denise Storm. Let's go to the ring announcer for our introduction.
This will be our second match in round 2 for the ladies LPWA Championship. Introducing in the corner to my left, from Tokyo, Japan, she is Harley Saito. And her opponent, ladies and gentlemen, Eagle Sawai. Down to ringside for Joe Pedicino and Jim Coronet.
Well, Jim, this is the last second round match in the tournament. The winner of this will go on to face Denise Storm. And once again, Harley Saito finds herself in quite a predicament. She is taking on a huge competitor this time in Eagle Sawai. And Eagle Sawai proved to us in the opening round that she is one mean mama.
No, Mommy was in a tag match. This is but I'll tell you something, Harley Saito, she showed these people here in Rochester, Minnesota a thing or two, and she's the smallest Japanese girl, I believe. Like I said, I don't know kilos, I don't know this metric stuff. But I think she's the smallest Japanese girl in the tournament, and she has put up one of the better fights of anybody today.
You know who she reminds me a lot of?
Who's that, Joe?
A lady we're going to be seeing a little bit later on in today's Super Lady Showdown, and that is Malaya Hosaka. She doesn't have the biggest size, but she has the skills and the attitude to make up for it.
Well, I think Harley Saito just goes out there on sheer determination against these bigger opponents, and here she comes. Sends Eagle Sawai into the turnbuckles. Whoa!
She grabbed that leg right in midair in the middle of one of those kicks, and just using the power, just took Saito down to the mat face first, and now look how she's got that leg bent.
I tell you what, these Japanese girls, you can detect a variety of styles in their wrestling. You know, there's several different types of styles of pro wrestling in Japan, Joe. There's a submission style wrestling. There's American style pro wrestling. There's Sambo wrestling, which is really a Russian form of submission wrestling. There's quite a number of styles in the one country of Japan, and Mexican wrestling is also very popular there. So these girls incorporate a lot of different techniques into their ring attack.
And they each get to wrestle opponents and learn of each of those styles. So you can almost see some of these Japanese ladies change some styles as their opponent changes.
That's exactly right. They try to prepare for the individuality of their opponent. Harley Saito, like we said, she is determined to win this LPWA Japanese Championship for her country. She reminds me of Bruce Lee. You know, everybody says, yeah, I'm 250 pounds, I'm 300 pounds, I'm big, I'm tough. Bruce Lee was 145 pounds, used to whip battalions at the time. You saw those movies, right? The point is, like the old saying goes, and I'm sure our good friend Steve Beverly down there in Jackson, Tennessee would attest to this, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
I could not agree more, and right now...
I wonder if Steve's watching today.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I spoke with him earlier, and he told me he was going to be watching the Showdown. He was really looking forward to seeing this international display of ladies wrestling talent.
Well, there you go.
And right now, you can't get much more international than what we've got in the ring. Two of the Japanese superstars.
That happens to me a lot when I reach out like that. Get my hand slapped away.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. The referee blocking the view effectively of our camera, so the director, who's always on the ball, Tony Bond, he switched to another exciting angle, and now we see Sawai working on the knee.
Look at her just stomping the back of the knee there. Actually, the side of the knee doing the damage.
Because if you knock a knee at a direction otherwise than which nature intended it to go, you can do cartilage damage, you can destroy the ligament, either the anterior cruciate ligament or the posterior cruciate ligament.
Yes, down in Atlanta, we're very familiar with things like that because of Dominic Wilkins right now. There you see a 2 count. Maybe you could explain to me one day exactly what happened to Dominique and his tendon and everything. Look at that.
I'll try to, Joe.
Into the ropes. Might have had a 3 count right there.
I think he just wants to get a lot of money from the Turner organization without working for it like everybody else does. Oh, beautiful move. Beautiful move. And a reversal.
And again they go over. Almost a 3 count, 3 straight times there. It was just a matter of who was going to get the 3 count.
Could not keep track of who was on top at any given moment. And right into the ring post goes Harley Saito at the hands of Eagle Sawai.
We have a up-close and personal look coming up after this match I'm really looking forward to. Jim Bonney is going to be talking to Brad Rennigan, the trainer here in the LPWA.
Maybe she can get to the bottom of where he got that weird name anyway.
Look at this huge woman. I mean, she is just absolutely trying to destroy Harley Saito on the outside of the ring. And now she goes and she's going to talk the fans. Not a smart thing to do.
Well, you got to hand it to Harley Saito. She looks like she's that character in a Monty Python movie. Cut her legs off and she crawls with her hands. Cut her arms off and she hops on her bloody stumps.
Beautiful move by Saito.
Almost a count of 3, but not quite. And Harley Saito's got to be wondering, what is it that I have to do to put this girl's shoulders down to the mat?
I think we've had more near pinfalls in this match than anyone so far today, Jim. These two women are taking every opportunity to put their opponent's shoulders to the mat.
Now switching to a front face lock. What has she got? She's got something trapped. Yeah, it's the hair that's trapped.
You're choking her. Break it up.
Sawai with the front face lock being forced to relinquish it. Point of the knee to the back in the shoulder blades.
Sawai looking at the referee, Jim, like, I don't understand what you're saying. Good excuse, I guess, right?
A lot of people have told Sharkey that for years. Some of Americans.
And look at the arrogant attitude of Sawai now. She had best be careful because I don't think Harley Saito... I was just going to say, I don't think Harley Saito is out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
She missed the dive. Sawai turned her back and got drop kicked for her trouble, but Harley Saito, not as quick as she was at the beginning of this contest, missed the dive. Oh, and the spin kick. Holy
right into the chops. And this is the first time today that I have seen Eagle Sawai like she has really been knocked senseless. She is down. I don't think she knows right now where she is. I think she's expecting to look out in the crowd and see a lot of Japanese faces.
When Harley Saito gets a chance to uncork those flying feet, and she's doing pretty well with those forearms now as well.
Look how the crowd here in Rochester has gotten behind Harley Saito.
Shades of Billy Robinson, another proponent of the forearm. Very well known in this part of the country. There's another spin kick.
A cover, 1, 2, and almost again. This is turning into a, are you ready for it?
What?
Pier 6 brawl. We had to say that sometime today, didn't we?
That's right.
Good grief.
Brother drops the knee. This has got to be it. She bridges out. I don't believe it. That kick would have knocked the bull moose out.
And look at Sawai now going after the knee. She's going right after the knee. Is she biting? She's biting the knee.
Well, don't worry about it.
She's biting the foot.
Hey, everybody has to have their inoculations before they can come into this country, so don't worry about it.
Look at Eagle looking at the referee like, why can't I do that? Jim, in all of those different styles that we talked about that the ladies wrestle in Japan, is biting legal in any of them?
Yes, it was made popular by the style of wrestling employed by the Chukchi Indians. You know, this is Indian country up here.
Well, I don't know, but she is not going to defeat Saito by biting.
But she is really going to tee her off.
And what gets me is Saito's attitude is that she should be allowed to bite.
So why? Still working on Harley Saito. She has done the perfect big girl, little girl match. She has kept the little, smaller girl from taking to the air and using her speed.
Well, she's injured that knee, and that's exactly what happened. Whoa! She followed her in. She threw her into the corner and then followed her in with an elbow. And now we're, no! A snap suplex on that huge woman. 1, 2, and I tell you what, we have had more close counts than this one. I think Eddie Sharkey could have got a 3 count on that one. Now what do we have? That's
another enziguri, that move popularized by Antonio Inoki. She didn't quite get all of it, but she got enough to put Sawai down to her knees and start kicking and stomping her. What happened? What's happened? Wait a minute.
Well, now we can't.
The time limit. It's a time limit draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, I guess this. Wait a minute. Commissioner Wally Carbo has something to say. Hang on a minute, Wally.
Commissioner Carbo coming to the ring.
For the winner, I count our points. Right there.
Right here, the winner.
Right there.
Wally Carbo says it was that we had to have a winner. It would be done on points, and that he had awarded the match to Harley Saito.
Well, now, not that I don't agree with the Commissioner Wally Carbo. It was a time limit draw. There had to be a winner. But how did he keep track of that many points without losing count?
Well, I noticed that he was down here at the end of the table, and he was writing notes, and he was keeping score. So evidently, that has been his plan all along, was that if we had a time limit draw, he would, on points, award a winner, and he just did that. Harley Saito will continue in the tournament.
And Eagle Sawai missed it by that much.
And was about that much ticked off, you might say. Let's go right now. We've got someone standing by. I believe we've got Mick Karsh standing by, and let's go see what he's got to say. I'm sorry, we're going to the hospitality suite. Bonnie is there with Brad.
Go. Get it straight, get it straight.
Thank you, gentlemen. With me now in the hospitality suite, Brad Rangans, one of the exclusive trainers for the Super Ladies of the LPWA. Brad, of course, your accolades include being a former Olympian, a 2-time Pan American Olympic gold medalist, and, of course, trainer to some of the Super Ladies. What are we taking a look at here on this pay-per-view exclusive?
I think what we've seen, Bonnie, is we've seen the best American women wrestlers and the best Japanese women wrestlers. And the biggest offsetting difference between the styles of the Americans versus Japanese goes back into their heritage. They're more versed in the martial arts. They're more versed in submission holds, and you can get into the kickboxing and so forth and so on. But the biggest power they have is submission holds.
3 big matches left on this pay-per-view exclusive. Let's talk about 2 of the stars that we are about to see. You have personally trained. Terry Power and Reggie Bennett. Let's specifically talk about the LPWA title, Lady X against Terry Power.
Well, Lady X has definitely been a thorn in Terry Power's side for quite some time now. And there's, you know, there's the old saying, too much too soon. A lot of people like to say Terry Powers is moving along too fast for the experience that she's had. I don't believe this. I've been watching her the last 4 or 5 months. She's been training harder than I've ever seen before. She's been successful on tours over in Korea. She's been successful on tours over in Tokyo.
You think she'll take the title?
I'm looking for a big win here.
All right. That and a whole lot more right now, standing by our analysis from Sue Henning and Nick Bockwinkel.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guests at this time with a big title defense today against Bambi and Malaya Hosaka, the Glamour Girls.
Oh, Bambi and Malaya, you finally made it into the square circle with the Glamour Girls. So now Leilani's going to tell you exactly what we're going to do with you.
Well, Bambi and Malaya, you're no big deal. And if you can excuse me, we got business to take care of.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously not very concerned, the Glamour Girls.
I guess you heard it there. We've got, I guess you say with the Glamour Girls, Judy Martins and Leilani Kai, we've got the older, more experienced going against the younger, not so experienced. Only 8 years total experience between Bambi and Hosaka.
Well, more so than that, there's an awful lot of battles that the Glamour Girls have gone through, and some of those may have been marriages as well as hundreds of matches over their career. On this one, it would be a tremendous upset if I saw that the young guard, so to speak, Hosaka and Bambi were to come out victorious. But I do know this. I've seen Hosaka wrestle before. She's a small, tiny thing, probably the smallest one we're going to see today. And she's just gutsy, and she fights all the time. She's even, I think, got a bad knee, and she still sticks in there. And Bambi the same way. That they could have an upset.
Who knows? Maybe the younger could have that energy that the older just don't have.
Right.
We'll have to see.
Let's go down to Jim and Joe.
Well, I agree with Nick Bockwinkel. This one could be an upset. Bambi and Malaya Hosaka have been very successful as a team, Jim.
Yeah, but as you see Bambi enter the ring right now with Malaya Hosaka, Hosaka's bad knee, which we will talk about in just a little bit, could play a big part in the decision in this match.
Well, as you know, Bambi is one of my favorites coming from Georgia. She is a Georgia peach. She has held all kinds of titles.
Yeah, well, if you ask me, she's a little fuzzy today.
And look at this now. Here is total arrogance coming to the ring.
This is probably the first time that they have ever had two fur coats in Rochester, Minnesota at the same time in the city limits. These people, you can tell that their idea of a big deal going out Saturday night is somebody showing slides on the wall of a garage. They're not used to glamour like the Glamour Girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, former WWF Women's Tag Champions, many tours in Japan, wrestled all over Canada, New Zealand, Guatemala. They've been everywhere.
That's what I hear. Let's go to the ring announcer, Al DeRucha, for this championship match on the Super Lady Showdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout will be for the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association Tag Team title. Introducing the team on my right. First, weighing in at 139 pounds from Stone Mountain, Georgia, she is Bambi. And her tag team partner hails from Osaka, Japan. She is Malaya Hosaka. Their opponents in the corner to my left. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Glamour Girls. From Columbia, South Carolina, she is Judy Martin. And her tag team partner from Honolulu, Hawaii, she is Leilani Kai.
As you said, the Glamour Girls have been WWF champions. They've held just about every title there is in ladies wrestling. They are currently the LPWA Ladies Tag Team champions, but that could come to an end today right here on our pay-per-view Super Ladies Showdown. And in the ring, while the referee was handing the belts out to Alderusha, the Glamour Girls attacked Bambi. Bambi and Osaka ready for that, though. And as you can see now, they have the upper hand.
Malaya Osaka with it, taken to the air. Bambi staying on the ground. Fists and fire is Bambi in the corner with Judy Martin. Malaya Osaka cranking it up on Leilani Kai. This thing has broken down. It's breaking down in Rochester, Joe.
All right, the referee now finally getting two of the ladies outside the ring. And in the meantime, Bambi and Osaka have really taken the upper hand on the Glamour Girls. The crowd full behind Bambi and Osaka, and they are like a house on fire right now.
And Bambi, the big slingshot boomerang on Leilani Kai, sends her down face first. She's going to do it again, sending her back to the other side of the ring, where Malaya Osaka waits in the corner.
Well, I thought for a minute Leilani was going to try and tag Malaya. I think she would have found that would have been a mistake. And a slam, can you believe it? Bambi gets her up off the ground and slams her cup down. The experience that Nick Bockwinkel was talking about right there.
Well, that'll wipe the smile off of Bambi's face. The sweet little Georgia girl got caught 2 knees in the gut. Here comes Malaya Osaka.
All right, you were talking about the injured knee of Malaya Osaka, Jim.
She injured her knee about 4 weeks ago. She has been training. She has been wanting to compete today, but she went to the doctor. The doctor said there was lateral movement, which is the sign of a partial or full ligament tear. She is scheduled to have an MRI, to have dye shot in the knee to see where the damage is. But she is still here today because of the importance of this match. You can see under her left knee pad, there's a trace of wrapping and tape. But I don't know whether that wrapping and that tape and that knee pad will be able to withstand the punishment of the Glamour Girls.
Well, you got to know that before this match is over, the Glamour Girls are going to go after that knee. It has not been a big secret that Malaya Osaka has had a bum knee. And I can't believe that Judy and Leilani are not going to, in one way or another, attack the knee of Malaya Osaka. Let's just hope that she can withstand it and keep this match competitive.
Even if they don't attack the knee, because you know she's going to be guarding it, just the fact that the Glamour Girls outweigh her, the stress of fighting bigger opponents can put too much pressure on that knee, especially being clipped from the side or any kind of lateral movement could tear that ligament the rest of the way out.
All right, the Glamour Girls in top shape here as they now are double teaming Malaya Osaka. The referee having to take Bambi out of the ring. Bambi now, or rather Malaya, fighting back on Judy Martin.
Shut up!
Oh! Get out of the corner. Let's go.
Malaya Osaka, like Nick Bockwinkel said, probably the smallest girl we'll see today, but she's explosive, and she knows how to make the moves in all the right places.
And there she goes and makes one of those moves to tag in Bambi, and Bambi comes in, and she's not real happy with the way they've been treated. But unfortunately, Judy Martin knows all of those dirty tricks and goes for the eyes. That's twice in a row now she went for the eyes of Bambi.
And Bambi tucks her with a hair, takes her down to the mat.
What's fair is fair, says Bambi.
A seesaw battle here between the exuberance of youth in Bambi and Osaka and the experience of the veterans, Kai and Martin. And down to the mat again. Non-stop action. Even the referee's excited. He's hitting that mat like he's trying to bust a hole in it.
All right, Bambi now bringing Leilani Kai into the ring. There was a legal tag made, but Bambi thought she would help Leilani get in. Throws her into the rope. Oh, clotheslines are right there in the throat area. Bambi now taking over on Leilani Kai. Kai fighting back with a blow to the midsection, and now a suplex.
Hooked her up for that suplex and took her over quick. Count of 1, 2, and almost 3, but not quite.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Tag Team Championship of the World online in this match. The winners of this match will be the Ladies Tag Team Champions of the LPWA, the most prestigious tag team title in ladies wrestling. And now the Glamour Girls 2-on-1 on Bambi.
And I tell you what, the Glamour Girls have been champions for an exceptionally long time. Leilani Kai springs Bambi's head over that top cable. They have been champions for a number of months. They don't want to relinquish those titles. They're going to do everything in their power to keep Bambi and Osaka from capturing those belts.
Judy Martin now down on Bambi, and what's she going to do? Drops a knee right in the face of Bambi. Obvious to me, the Glamour girls will do anything and everything they have to go home with those belts again today, Jim.
And Bambi's still fighting back. You know, Bambi wrestles more often than almost any girl in the LPWA. She says, I'll wrestle every night if I can because I love it. And she goes out of her way to book matches against a numerous amount of opponents so that she can get that experience. But in this case, I think she is getting all the experience that she can handle. Crowd getting behind him.
That's right, and let me tell you, I know Bambi well enough to know nothing gets her fired up more than hearing the crowd behind her. She is truly a wrestling fans wrestler. She is in there for the fans.
Well, that's using your head.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately it's using it as a catcher's mitt. Oh, goodness. Leilani Kai, one of the few women in wrestling who can perform that one and hurt. Now look at Leilani. Drives that head into the midsection of Bambi.
And Bambi, she's going to have to call her mama back home in Stone Mountain. You know, after every wrestling match she has to call mama back home.
Call home and tell her mama how she did.
Tell her that she's okay. Well, in this case, mama's home in Stone Mountain watching on pay-per-view television. What a move! Look at that bridge. Exceptional athletic ability from Leilani Kai.
Bambi kicks out at the 2 count one more time.
And I can see the tears in Bambi's mother's eyes from here, as well as her little dog Thumper.
Well, I just hope that the tears in her eyes.
Referee didn't see the tag.
But
the referee did not see the tag.
They made the tag. There's that reverse kick.
Looks like the referee's going to let it stand. He's going to let it stand even though he didn't see it.
2 count now. Malaya comes in, and luckily for Malaya, even though the referee did not actually see that tag, we saw it here on our pay-per-view TV. So the referee did let it stand.
Maybe he saw it reflected off his head. Leilani Kai now, Malaya Hosaka. That's her problem. She is a ball of fire when she first comes in.
Here it is. She calls that the setting sun suplex.
Rising sun.
Setting sun.
Rising sun. Never mind, it's something to do with the sun. But at this point, the sun is fixing to go out for Malaya Hosaka. The Glamour girls are double teaming.
The referee is keeping Bambi out of the ring while these two double team.
Double cross body. There's Bambi.
We almost had new World Tag Team Champions.
How could the referee make that count?
Well,
look at Judy Martin. She's got her hooked up. Oh, my goodness. A big reverse power bomb. I don't know what the heck she calls it, but she drove her down spine first. Malaya Hosaka has been, I think her knee, she came down on her feet also, and I think her knee may have given way. Look at the pain she's in.
I think you're right, Jim. I think that move affected her knee. Now Bambi is in the ring. The referee is going to have to throw Bambi out. And while the referee throws Bambi out, what is this move?
And there is the power bomb. And they made the switch. They switched. They made the switch. She's not the legal woman. It's over.
You're right. She was not the legal woman. The referee, in my opinion, lost complete control of this match. He didn't know where he was or what was going on. All I know is that unfortunately for Bambi and Malaya, we do have winners. They are the Glamour girls. They are still the LPWA World Tag Team Champions. Not very happy to see that. Not with the way they won it. The wrong woman did the damage, and the wrong woman won the match.
Unbelievable action from start to finish, Joe. And the action was so fast and furious. The referee lost track of who was legal, who was supposed to be in the ring, who had made the tag. Malaya Hosaka, after a beautiful move, was caught with a reverse something by Judy Martin, took her over, then the power bomb, it was all over.
All right, let's go to Mick Carr. She's standing by with these words.
Denise Storm in the finals for the Japanese Championship You've already defeated Susan Green and a disqualification win.
A win is a win. I beat Reggie Bennett. A win is a win. Thank you.
All right. Any plans for Harley Saito in this final bout?
I'm not sure what a good old-fashioned American butt kicking is all about.
It's coming up right now.
Thanks, Mick. Nick, what do you got to say on this one?
Well, Harley Saito, I see as the underdog in this one, but I guess what I don't know, but I've got a sneaking feeling that underneath it all that she could possibly pull it off. But Denise Storm, she has shown in two matches now that she can do whatever has to be done in order to win a match.
Yeah, she does, but I'm going to go with Saito on this one. She's got 6 years, and just watching her in the past,
she's got those smooth moves. Those kicks are just devastating. I don't care how big you are. If you hit the right button, you got to go down. Let's go down to Joe and Jim.
Joe, I just saw a sight like I've never seen before. Al Jarusha in the ring, getting down and boogieing to the music of Dangerous Denise Storm coming to the ring.
Well, as you can see there,
Denny Terrio, he's not. He looks like Merv Griffin, though. Good friend of Denny's, you know.
I bet he wishes he had the money of a Merv Griffin.
Yeah, but I bet he don't wish he had his lawsuits. Dangerous Denise in the finals.
This match will determine the LPWA Japanese Ladies Champion, and what a match it will be. You know, I hate to use a cliche, but this one would be a main event in any arena anywhere in the world. Harley Saito taking on Dangerous Denise Storm for the Japanese ladies title. Let's go to Al Darusha. He has got the ring introductions in this championship match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will determine the LPWA Japanese title. This will be a title bout. Introducing in the corner to my right, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 163 pounds, she is Denise Storm. And her opponent, weighing in at 124 pounds, she is Harley Saito. Eddie Sharkey, the referee for this championship bout, down to ringside.
Well, you know, we heard Nick Bockwinkel's expert analysis of this. What is your opinion, Jim? I've got to be honest with you and tell you, I don't see how Harley Saito with a bum knee is going to be able to take on Denise Storm. It'll be a competitive match, but I've got to tell you, I think Denise Storm has got everything going her way in this one.
I see Saito favoring that knee. Bad knees are a pretty common occurrence among the ladies of the LPWA these days, but like you said, Denise Storm is too big and too powerful. Under normal circumstances, I would say Harley Saito could come up with a victory with a surprise move, using that speed and the flying moves that she has. But without all of her speed and agility, there's no way she's going to take Dangerous Denise down, and that's a fact.
Well, as you can see, Denise Storm is starting off the match in a very powerful position.
I think it's Japanese for... Wait a minute, Saito switches out. You know, she is a better technical wrestler than Storm. Most of the Japanese girls, that's their strong point, technical wrestling. So you'll find that quite a bit.
All right, now earlier in today's pay-per-view, you made a comment about the fans here in Rochester booing the Japanese ladies. Would you not agree that as they have learned throughout the day about Harley, they are very much behind Harley Saito right now? There was a chant in this audience a minute ago, Harley, Harley. I mean, I think that shows a lot of intelligence on the part of the fans here in Rochester.
That just means it took them about 2 hours to smarten up to what I knew at the beginning, which means they're about 2 hours behind me. Yeah, you're right.
Denise, somehow or another, it's not even good when I'm right with you, you know what? It don't feel good when I'm right. Harley Saito in bad shape now. Denise Storm working on the elbow and the shoulder. And Denise Storm literally knows that she is one victory away from her first major title here in the LPWA, the newly crowned Japanese Ladies Champion. And Jim, with all of the popularity of Japanese ladies wrestling over in Japan, it is just as popular as the men's wrestling. You know, it's got to be quite a feather in anyone's cap to be the Japanese Ladies Champion.
Yeah, and also I've got to think. Wait a minute. That's a judo submission maneuver. Wait a minute. Dangerous Denise has her right arm clasped around her left wrist. Now she does it. If Saito had maneuvered her down in just the proper position, that would have been a submission maneuver. Dangerous Denise Storm, Harley Saito, it's got to be a feather in both girls' caps to have wrestled 3 times in one day and won twice. Whoever the loser of this match is has still really accomplished a great deal. 3 matches, 2 wins, and a heck of a fight and a loss.
I agree. And don't forget, fans, we have one more match coming up after this here on the Super Ladies Showdown. We will be taking a look at Terry Power finally getting her opportunity against Lady X. She is going to get a chance to take the world title from Lady X, and I think that is going to be the match of, not even today, but the match of the year in ladies wrestling.
After all this time, Terry Power has never had a title match until today. Harley Saito with those kicks. She can't get the height that she was getting. Snap suplex on Denise Storm. If Harley Saito can't get those kicks up into the face, she's going to be in trouble. That's a drop kick.
And again, a little low. You'll notice she's not making it all the way.
Oh, there she got her. Right in the face with a spin kick.
A 2 count. Eddie Sharkey got a 2 count that time. And let's give some credit here now to Harley Saito. She is faring better than I expected her to. I do think she's still favoring that knee, but she has got Denise Storm going. Now, Denise Storm has the hair. We had to know that Denise Storm sooner or later was going to resort to some dirty tricks in this match.
Saito hits the ropes. Oh, goes for a reverse flying crucifix. She's got her down. 2 count.
And Denise Storm was not expecting that. Once again, I think that is going to be Saito's only chance, is to do the unexpected.
Oh, look at that spin
Just like that, right in the face, a boot to the face.
I did not expect Harley Saito to have the mobility remaining with that bad knee to throw this many kicks at Denise Storm. She has taken the fight out of Denise. Something severe since the start of the match.
Saito now in trouble as Denise Storm looks like, yes, she goes for the snap suplex, which snaps the neck and then slams him down to the mat. A 2 count on that, and let's give it to Saito. She was able to kick out of that, Jim.
Watch the hair.
Denise Storm front face lock, and maybe a little low on the throat. Maybe.
Yeah, now see Eddie Sharkey getting down there under the action to check it out.
Choking.
Take a look at this one now, Sharkey.
That's good. It's right on the point of the chin. And now a modified surfboard.
Now, you sure this is the modified?
This is a modified surfboard because the point of the knee is in between the shoulder blades.
No, she's not giving up, says Saito. Something tells me they would have to break her arms to get her to give up in this match. The most important match probably of Harley Saito's career.
Look at the determination on the face of Dangerous Denise Storm as she applies the modified reverse chin lock. Look at the power. Look at the determination to win the LPWA Japanese titles. You can hear it.
Watch the choke, keep it off the throat.
Referee telling Denise to watch the choke. Move it up off the throat.
Boy, you got to commend our audio crew today. They have been right in the ring with the wrestlers all day today.
The crowd now trying to get behind Harley Saito. Look at that move.
Beautiful waist lock back into a back suplex.
And Denise Storm hit right on the head.
That's the enziguri, but once again, she was not able to get the height to get the force that she would like, but she got up there. Now going for another back suplex.
I cannot believe that Harley Saito has been able to use these moves on someone the size of Denise Storm. And Denise Storm's back is injured.
Oh, big shot.
Denise Storm's back is hurt. And Saito may have done the very thing she needed to do in injuring a part of Denise Storm. There is a knee. There is another kick. There's another kick. 2 straight kicks. She's down 1, 2, but Denise Storm able to kick out of that one. Saito had better, if she is going to be able to win this match, she had better do something right now.
Denise Storm taking a breather out on the outskirts of the ring, trying to stop that momentum somewhat, reverse the
reverse the procedure and reverse the advantage, and she does. Picks up Harley Saito easily, slams her to the mat.
Jim, now is the time, and this is the place for both of these women. They're worn down. They've been through an entire tournament. This is their third match. One of these two women are going to have to come on strong and bring up some of that intestinal fortitude from way down deep and pull this match out.
Denise Storm so far today has knocked out. Wait a minute, count it, 1, 2. She got the foot on the rope. Denise broke the count. She has knocked out Susan Green.
With a chain.
She has emerged victorious over Reggie Bennett.
By a DQ.
And now, wait a minute, Harley Saito on the back. He's moved. Back bridge. She's going down.
Two. She's got her. She's got her. I have never seen that move before. Harley Saito with the most unusual pinning combination I have ever seen has just defeated Denise Storm to become the first ever LPWA Ladies Japanese Champion, and she did it, Jim.
I cannot believe it, Joe.
And
she went. Denise Storm went to give her a back suplex. Saito flipped over, landed on her feet, brought her feet up under. Denise Storm's arms fell backwards, rolled up in a back bridge, and that was it.
And Harley Saito is now being presented with the beautiful trophy representing the Japanese Ladies Champion of the LPWA. And there you see it. Beautiful cut being presented to Harley Saito as she is the new Ladies LPWA Japanese Champion. And I am sure that she will defend that title well in Japan. But you better be careful. That loving cup comes out of that. It's a very unique trophy. It would hate that anything happen right here to her on TV.
Nothing else has knocked her out today.
Yeah.
Maybe that could. If I know Wally Carbo, he's got the real silver at home and gave her the gimmick one.
All right, it is time now to go to Bonnie Blackstone in the hospitality suite. She is standing by, and she has this profile with one of the combatants in our next match.
In the hospitality suite with you once again, we have come down to the finale of this great Super Lady Showdown as Lady X is about to step in the ring against her greatest challenge ever. This lady to my left, Terry Power. Terry, you have been training hot and hard. How do you feel about going into this one?
I feel stronger than ever. There's been a big difference in my training, and the training has been through my frame of mind and using the power of positive thinking. My training has had more passion in it now, more than ever. I believe that this match that I've been given is a gift, and I'm not going to waste it.
Well, you've been ranked #1 for quite a while. Let's talk about some of your training, though. It's taken you on a world tour. It also has encompassed wrestling in Japan, some of the greatest ladies Japan wrestlers. What have you learned there in your international travels?
Wow. Going to Japan has been the next best thing to being in Brad Rangan's, under his supervision.
Right.
All the things that Brad instilled in us, the self-discipline, the aggression, the technique, the respect for the sport. The Japanese people, they have this.
They respect that
live
as
this.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's talk about the power of positive thinking. What's your last-minute comments?
The power of positive thinking is with me, and I know anything that you can see up here, you'll attain it.
She's a visionary, and she's probably going to be the next LPWA Ladies Champion. Let's go now to Nick Mockwinkle and Sue Henning.
Terry Power taking on Lady X. She looks very determined. She looks very much like she's in shape. Nick, does she work hard? I mean...
I saw this girl about 1.5 years ago, and at that time I commented to my cohorts the intensity that I think you sense when you see her there. The other thing is, we don't know about Lady X. That's what Lady X wants it to be. We know her weight, we know her age, and she's got 10 years of experience against Terry Powers, 2 years. But I will say this much for Powers. Powers, when you talk to her, has a determination, a feeling, and a fervor that if she wants this, she wants it bad. She can taste it. Lady X is going to have that same fervor and power if she wants to attain it. Keep it.
And she's going to need that to get it, too.
Absolutely. Let's go down to Jim and Joe.
Terry Power. Terry Power voted Rookie of the Year. That's Jim. This is her opportunity. This is the one she's been waiting for. She gets a shot at the LPWA Ladies World Title right here on the Super Lady Showdown. This is the main event.
I tell you what, Terry Power has been waiting for this for a long time. She has never before had a match for the LPWA Heavyweight Singles Championship. Lady X, the champion, coming to the ring, defeated Susan Sexton almost 1 year ago. Never removes her mask, never talks. She's a woman of mystery. And I say Terry Power is going to go out to close this one quick.
Well, I agree with you. This one I don't think is going to be able to drag on and on. Let's go to the match, and let's go to Al DeRusha.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will be for the LPWA World Title. Introducing in the corner to my left, she is from parts unknown, know nothing about her. She is the current reigning champion of the LPWA, Lady X. And the challenger hails from Portland, Oregon, weighing in at 155 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Power.
You can see, Joe, Terry Power, she has been training. She's been working out. She's in the best shape of her career. And she is ready to take on Lady X, but Lady X has been a tremendous competitor. Almost 1 year as the LPWA Women's Champion. No one else has ever held the title that long.
That's right.
And I think that is a testament to the ability that Lady X has brought to the belt. Terry Power, look at the steel in her eyes, brother. She's ready for this one.
Well, as we said, this is what she has been waiting for, the opportunity to take home all of the gold. And right now she's got it. She's got Lady X, and it will be a pretty even-Steven match. One-on-one, no managers at ringside, no seconds at ringside. The lady who has the day will take home the pay today.
Well, Lady X is starting early. I thought Terry Power would be the one to make the fast break because she's got something that she wants to give. Wait a minute, Power. That's out, clothesline.
And Power is starting off very fast, as we said she was going to need to.
Power wants to prove something. All the experts have said Terry Power is the future of women's wrestling. She has never been able to corner the champion, never gotten a title match, and everyone's always said, oh, if Terry Power had a title match, she'd win the belt. If Terry Power doesn't win the belt today, then she's going to have egg on her face, and so are a lot of experts. That's why she's got to prove herself.
Well, you're right. She said that all she needed was a chance, all she needed was an opportunity, and she has it here today on our pay-per-view exclusive, the Super Lady Showdown. And this is the showdown right here. Take a look at that. Take a look at what she is doing. She is literally ripping the hands of Lady X apart.
She spread the fingers. Now sends Lady X reeling back to the ropes. Big forearms across the chest. Terry Power is just... Here comes the big clothesline. Wait a minute. She's over the top rope. And she comes back in.
And kicks Lady X into tomorrow. Lady X thought she had gotten rid of Terry Power. Power held onto the top rope and just powered herself back into the ring.
Boy, I tell you, Lady X, I don't believe she thought that Terry Power was going to be this ready for this contest. The referee telling Power, you got to let your opponent get in the ring, and Power decides to bring her in, but catches a knee instead.
And Lady X now rakes the hair and the eyes across that rope and the throat, and now Lady X goes in. This is her opportunity to take over on the big Power. Jim, it's no secret how I feel about Terry Power. I think she is the future of professional wrestling.
Look at that. Fingers in the eyes. That's an old Bobby Eaton tactic. I love it.
Well, and Terry Power, probably the only weak spot she's going to have is those eyes, with the only vulnerable spot. There's not another spot on her body, if you ask me, where she is going to not be able to take a lot of pain, but nobody can take it in the eyes. Oh, look at that.
Dropped right down, brought her head with force up under Lady X's face. Now picks her up for a big slam. Power exerting that power.
Comes down with a huge elbow. 1, 2. Got a 2 count, says the referee.
Terry Power wants to add this LPWA title to her resume. She already has a successful gym business. She flies her own airplane. She's had parts in different motion pictures. She's done it all except hold the LPWA.
Flying crossbody gets another 2 count. Lady X 1 second away from losing the most coveted title in all of ladies professional wrestling, the LPWA Ladies World Title.
Reversal into the ropes with a bear hug and dropped her right across the top rope face first. Spun her across the rope.
And now where is X going?
Unbelievable.
X is taking her outside, and what is she going to do?
Right into the railing. I'm surprised, Joe, that front rope didn't tear Terry Power's face off.
Well, between that and being slammed into these metal railings twice now, Powers is not in the best of shape. She needs to get back into the ring. Luckily for Powers, the count has been stopped as the referee is getting Lady X back into the ring.
Terry Power almost was out for the count at that point. She took several tremendous blows and now having a hard time getting back into the ring.
Lady X not letting Terry Powers back into the ring. But she needs to remember now, Terry must be in the ring if Terry is going to win the belt. Lady X can hold on to that belt by getting disqualified, or if Terry Powers gets counted out. So this is definitely a situation where Powers has everything to lose and everything to gain. On the other hand, Lady X can win it and keep the belt whether she wins or not.
Terry Powers in a situation just like an attorney in a court of law. The burden of proof is on her. She's got to win by pin or submission. That's the only way she can come out on top of this thing.
The referee asking Terry if she's ready to give up. Terry says no. The main event of the Super Ladies Showdown. We hope you've enjoyed this great pay-per-view event today. Some of the most exciting ladies wrestling I have ever seen has taken place right here on your home television. We want to thank you for allowing us to come into your homes today. Be watching for more from the LPWA in the future. Standing drop kick from Terry Power.
Lady X bailing out. She's coming over here.
Maybe she's going over there.
Hey, watch Alderusha's hands. Watch Alderusha's hands. Alderusha,
she's got a glass.
Alderusha tried to grope her, I saw it.
Lady X has a glass.
Alderusha tried to put his hand in an inappropriate place on Lady X.
Lady X has just hit Terry Power with a glass. He took the glass off the table, hit her in the back of the head with it.
And threw that glass down, and I hear glass. I heard glass break everywhere. It's all over the floor.
Get up and kick the hell out of her.
Broken glass all over the floor.
These ladies had better be very careful out there now. This would not be a good time to have something happen with all that broken glass outside. Let's keep it in the ring. Terry Power gets back in the ring, and Lady X goes right after her.
Lady X really clocked Terry Power with that breaking glass.
Got out of the way.
Moves for the clothesline.
Big chop now from Terry Power. And Terry Power is chopping the daylights out of Lady X. Just tosses Lady X over. There's another flying drop kick. Powerful drop kicks from those legs. There's another one.
Terry Power is just burning this thing. She has got Lady X short clothesline. Stuns her.
She's down 1, 2, and just barely gets a shoulder up. Once again, Lady X literally a second away from losing that cherished LPWA title. And now Power picks her up.
Sends her into the ropes.
Comes
Here
off.
comes Power, the
There's
power slam.
And she has the power slam. 1, 2.
Foot on the rope.
Oh,
that was a foot on the rope.
I thought that was it. But Lady X got her foot out on the rope.
There was a foot on the rope, and it broke the count. And now, Terry Power, small package by Lady X.
2. Lady X comes back with what looked like a possible situation there where she could keep the title, and a shoulder block into Terry Power. Another shoulder block, knocks Power down, and this time Lady X goes for the count. 1, 2. But again, Terry Power able to kick out at the last second.
Shoulder came up. Come on, break it up, X.
A chokehold.
2, 3. Stay off the throat. 1, 2. Stay off the throat, X.
Well, referee Bruce Kreitzman, he looks more like Johnny Red Shoes Dugan in that outfit he's got on.
Shoulder block again by Lady X. Lady X counting on her bump to do the job here. She's now going up. She's up on the second rope. What's she doing? She's loading the mat. She put something in that mat. You see it right there. She's going to come up with a headbutt.
Oh! And she got Terry Power.
Terry was able to
on the shoulder, not in the head like she wanted.
Terry Power now going outside. Where is she? She's going to head up to the top. She's got to be careful. That mask is still loaded.
Power on the top rope. Crossbody.
She's got it on 1, 2, 3. Champion.
She's got it.
Terry Power did it. She hit Lady X. 1, 2, 3. Right in the middle of the ring. She is the new.
Commissioner Wally Carbo presenting the belt to the referee who gives it to Terry Power. She's done it.